operator choices as Playing Ducks starts on attack, Supremacy starting on defense.
They're going to go for blue bar, sunrise bar. That is the double bar defense that we were talking about earlier. We'll love to see how they're going to set themselves up here. A Frost seeing play as well as a Galaz. Playing Duck's going to be starting on that attack.
Now, like you just pointed out here, Frost is an operator we saw a lot in the Latin American scene 2 days ago. And it was actually more often than I was expecting to see him. We saw it on Oregon, but then she came out in Coastline. I think she also came out in Consulate or some other maps we witnessed there on Saturday.
She found good use. In fact, I remember her clutching out around with one of her frost traps. It was quite hilarious. I think it was 2 versus 2, and the frost trap caught one of the remaining attackers, and then the last one got caught off guard. So Supremacy are actually going to reinforce that A wall. That means they're not going to be playing it from outside the site, trying to hold it exclusively through the courtyard wall, which is begs the question is how are they going to hold this bomb site? I mean, there's nowhere to hide.
There is nowhere to hide, which means that they're either going to open up this blue wall some more, which we just saw Poseidon throw 1 impact grenade to, and try to hold everything from Pink Bar, or I would expect to see possibly a deployable shield and actually stay inside of A.
It's so dangerous, no matter how they're trying to do it here. It is going to be very restricting. We'll see if it works out for Supremacy, though. I mean, the times that we did see BRK defend this particular bomb site, it didn't actually work out for them. You know, and I like the strat setup they had for it with, you know, that open courtyard wall, despite the fact that it didn't work. So maybe this little bit more turtle down strategy that Supremacy are showing us right now is going to be what's necessary to win this site.
Now it looks as though we are going to see Playing Ducks start here on the west end and the south end, working their way towards the sites, which I don't necessarily think that it's, with the current setup of the defenders, I don't think it's necessary for them to go full out, clear out the roamers upstairs, which is just going to be Zephyr.
To be real, I think they weren't expecting the defenders to go here. We are seeing Bibu playing inside of that entranceway, or that office sandwich, waiting for the attackers to push their way in through the main door. It's a very dangerous hold for Bibu, also very essential to the overall Supremacy hold.
Now the benefit that Bibu has going for him, even though he is going to get droned out here, is that he's a 3-speed with a very high-powered and quick weapon.
He just has to be worried about those grenades and flashbangs taking him out. He's got barbed wire behind him there, so the main focus is going to be on that west side of office. You can see Playing Ducks are determined to take control of this here, but they have the Frost to contend with as well.
Yeah, they did not drone out the Frost. Looks like Bibu was spotted. He'll be taken out of commission as Spark gets the shots there on the glass. That's Renewal's going down. Now there's still going to be a little commitment here between Sparks and the sledge. That's Meepy. Or Secretly. Secretly's actually inside of this lobby. Meepy's following up on the trail. They're both going to go after Spark here, who's managed to get his way back into the servers.
So an even trade here, but the Galaz has been taken out. Some would consider that to be quite an important frag. However, control, though, for Office is in favor of Playing Ducks. 1 minute to go, though. The defenders have successfully dwindled away a lot of this time. Lackey going to take out Zephyr upstairs, and now Playing Ducks are taking full control over this situation.
Now, the one saving grace that they have is that there's potentially some more holes opened up inside of the blue wall from Pink Bar into blue. You can see there the wall's being opened up, but it looks like Raphael will fall with a headshot down from Secretly. The trade comes out, though. Snukin will be taken out of commission by Poseidon. Spark finally takes that 9mm to the face of Secretly. That's going to be a well-timed trade. A 2-on-2 now with Meepy and Lackey. Last 2 alive for Playing Ducks. Poseidon and Spark. Last 2 for Supremacy. Now we do have Meepy getting taken out as well as Lackey. A fantastic 4K here for Frost. That's what you want to see from an operator that's not typically chosen.
Yeah, Frost is a very consistent operator, got a great gun. The 9mm is really underestimated. It is fantastic. Hits extremely hard, and did manage to see fantastic play from Spark, playing all the way from security over to the front door, just on the flank of Playing Ducks that entire round, and did capitalize on his positioning. Well played to him. Now, Supremacy winning the site, which usually isn't won. Those double bars are going to be putting themselves in the lead here early on, 1 round on the board, and we are actually going to see Playing Ducks go to the same bomb site. What an interesting twist that both of these 2 teams like to defend double bar.
It looks like we might still see this philosophy of closing off the courtyard.
A little bit different than the Latin American teams, but oh, look at that. So that actually is good. Oh, I love that. So that's, instead of closing off the entire floor, they're going to close off that just
enough so
to
you
the
can't
north,
get an angle,
but the little hole there is going to mean that if the attackers manage to push themselves into blue bar, they're going to still be able to, if they're trying to plant behind blue bar covered from B bomb site, they'll still have the line of sight on them. I like that little spot. Ooh, I also like this. Playing Ducks are going to be playing a mirror window smoke combination. You can see they're pre-opening up these holes on the top of the wall. That's going to allow Secretly to smoke anywhere in the bomb site without exposing himself too much to the attackers. Love that strategy there, really turning the A bomb site into a little bit of a deathbed for the attackers as they move themselves in. We'll see how Supremacy choose to address this attack, though. Doesn't seem like they're focusing nearly as much, at least early on with those offices. Looks like it might be a top-down take, which is similar, somewhat, to how we saw Playing Ducks attack the last round.
We are seeing Glaz get picked a little bit more today than we typically see out of the European scene through the past 4 weeks. I mean, we saw a Glaz Monty earlier on Border. We're seeing the Glaz here right now. It's typically we're expecting to see Blackbeards, are we not?
Yeah, we do typically see Blackbeards, I mean, especially out in North America, but it does stand to reason. I mean, Glaz is still perfectly viable.
Oh, looks like a C4 toss by Bibu. Oh, no, he's actually underneath. He's above on top of some indestructible floor, I want to say. Oh, it actually hit the bar right there, and that saved him. What an unfortunate toss there by Lackey.
Now Supremacy taking this top floor control, nice and slow. Going to be looking for opportunities to put themselves in the man advantage. You can see that Playing Ducks has a very heavy roam game, whether it be on the top floor or the bottom floor. They are far off the site.
We are going to see Zephyr try to work his way into the hookah lounge. The smoke grenade is going to go out. That's going to allow him some cover to then progress forward, or at least just spook him out as he gets back down.
They only have a minute left to go, and they haven't actually taken much important control here, apart from above the site. And then, given the heavy roam game from Playing Ducks, having top-down control isn't important, really.
Here we have it. Meepy going to tag one shot into Bibu's back. Now, unfortunately, that's going to do a lot of damage to him. Secretly, though, gets removed by Zephyr. A 5-on-4 here. Bibu's now going to have to force his way forward over to Aqua, and now we're going to see this shot come out from Zephyr as he moves on over towards the side of Hookah. Bibu getting into the lobby here momentarily. They're going to open up the wall. Lackey is going to be there ready for some shots on the lobby hallway.
This is this aggressive office take that we saw from Playing Ducks last round, but it's being executed in the last 30 seconds. Will it work for Supremacy?
This is going to work here for Lackey. They're going to see that it's all closed off. They're going to think it's all clear. He's going to have a nice tight angle onto it. Meepy, however, takes off one. And we're going to have Meepy swing on over, tag another one down. He looks to go for a shot. Finishes off Bibu, goes for the pistol kill. He does not get it. Rafael is able to remove him. Now a 3-on-3. There's the shot from Lackey. He tags one. He tags two. Last man's going to be Zephyr, and he's trying to move in. He knows where the shots are coming from, but he just cannot do it. And it looks like defenders will win round number 2. That's going to be 1-1 at the moment.
So both of these teams really liking the defense of the double bar. Now, where will we see that second site be picked? I think a lot of the problem for that round for Playing Ducks was that they took control over the top of the bomb sites. They started opening up holes, but lo and behold, 3 of the defenders are off of the bomb site, roaming very hard. And then once they decided, all right, it's time to push into the site, they came from office, where Supremacy was perfectly prepared to hold against that attack. Ooh, Supremacy going to be going for that billiards defense. A little bit different than, again, very different than what we're used to seeing.
I like the stir-up.
Yeah, I like that Europe has a completely different strategy here on Coastline to Latin America and North America.
I think, I keep going back to the fact that I think some of the reason Coastline has not been picked that much in the past has been because there's been no predetermined meta. There's been no standard meta for you to fully understand, okay, what can I expect as an attacker? What attack, what bomb site can I prep for?
And it all comes down to those scrimmages and how many you can actually work out. Because the thing is it's not just a lack of practice, because if it were just a lack of practice, everyone would just be practicing it. That'd be that simple. It's like, all right, guys, time to learn our coastline. But there are teams that actually do not like this map because they feel like it's a little bit too much to learn. It's a big map. There are a lot of factors involved. Having that big open area, the courtyard in the middle of the map, that also is something a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. I mean, of course, Border has it, but that doesn't really affect the round very much. And there's still, yeah, there's a lot left to learn on Coastline, like you were talking about. There's still a lot to be evolved on this map, but there are a lot of teams I have talked to who actually don't like it, and because of that, it doesn't see a lot of practice. Ooh, I like that angle from Renewals. We're looking for Raphael playing in this tight corner of the billiards room. He's just barely avoiding these bullets. He can safely stay in that corner, and he will. Renewals is going to try and hold him in there, actually rotate off the angle.
Now we are going to see here still a 5-5. Plenty of time here for the attackers to get underway, but right now it looks like they're going to be pushing in from the south end on the first floor. Lackey's already there. He's going to be trying to clear out some roamers. Again, the bomb site, as we see here, is going to be in billiards and the hookah lounge. Looks like first shot to land to the face of Spark as he hits a couple bullets, but secretly then gets traded out by Raphael, sneaking away.
So again, the attack coming almost exclusively from the south side of the building on both floors. Supremacy looking to hold against Playing Ducks' attack from Aqua and Office.
Let's head back to that mirror real quick. That's going to be Poseidon. I want to take a look at the mirror window. That is a very low mirror window. This is one I've not seen yet. This low on the board. And it's one that's going to allow him to actually hop over should he need to, but he can also stay here and watch all of hookah. But Raphael's going to be the one to try to hold down this A site, although it looks as though Renewals is the only man here trying to push his way in. The rest of Playing Ducks looking like they're trying to clear out the roamers underneath. You got Meepy and Lackey both collapsing. Bibu, however, is on the other side of it. Looks as though Lackey might be seen. He's going to go for an engagement with Buck or with Mute. Bibu comes out on top in that engagement, and now it's a 2-on-4 with Zephyr swinging in with a shot of his own onto Meepy. You've got Snookin and Renewals, last two alive. C4 is going to come on out. Almost land here on Snookin and Renewals. C4 gets tossed on out. Here it is. Poseidon throws it, misses the target. Now he's going to stand on up, tries to get a kill. Renewals gets Bibu down. Will the shot go? The plant will go down. However, Snookin escaped with his life, but just barely. He's got about 30, 40 health, and there's the final shot. Poseidon will land it, and we are going to see round number 3 go into the hands of Supremacy. It is now 2-1.
An entirely defensive-sided map, and all of the attacks thus far have come exclusively from the south side, primarily in the offices, but also in Aqua when we shift up to the top floor. This meta from the Europe is heavily favored of the defensive side. I'm curious to see if we're going to be having one of these two teams try to mix things up and push their way in through the other side of the building instead of, forcing their way in from the one side of the site. I mean, they're just trying to force into Aqua, and it's just not working. There's so little room for them to work with there. All the defenders have to do is point their guns in a certain direction, and they're going to come out on top in that fight.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Now we are seeing Playing Ducks, the first one to come away from the west side of the building. They are going to be putting us into the master bedroom and home theater. This is, again, like you talked about, probably one of, across the different regions, this is probably the most defended site.
We're going to see Snookin pick up that dock, though, and that's I'll call it an unusual pick, just in the sense that we don't see it that often. I mean, he got a buff, I want to say the mid-season reinforcements of Season 3 or DLC 4. That was going to be the Red Pro DLC. And he saw some light, but he hasn't necessarily been a big pick.
I like this setup here from Playing Ducks. And you're absolutely right. The only 3 armor that's really seen consistent play lately has been Mira. I like this setup, though, from Playing Ducks. They are going to be putting a Mira window facing towards the B bomb site as well as a rotation hole. They are going to put a lot of investment into holding that VIP lounge. And that is be a tricky hold, considering they have to contend with not only Trophy Hallway, but as well the main VIP lounge window. That's just a hard hold. If they can make it work, though, that would be really cool.
I mean, if they can maintain control of a VIP as they have it now, they already have control of Red Hallway and they have control of the A site. So, I mean, being able to control this, while it might seem tricky, if you can control VIP, you can control all 3 areas.
Right. Supremacy. Go ahead.
Up onto the north balcony is going to be Bibu. He's here getting some cover by Zephyr. Now, Bibu wants to push in. He's just going to drone it out first and then work his way in towards that VIP lounge where Snookin's going to be spotted out. He is currently the only one holding on to this site, which, being so heavily invested with utility and reinforcements into here, I would expect more than just one player.
They obviously put a lot of faith in Secretly. Oh, wow, sorry, Secretly has rotated way. Excuse me. They put a lot of faith in whomever it is that is playing in VIP Renewals to hold down that VIP. He actually does have backup. He does have somebody. Can't quite see who it is. It's not Renewals, actually. None of them are playing it. None of whom I'm calling out.
Snookin is the one that was in.
There he is, Snookin. I mean, he's got that dock. He's going to be able to pick himself back up after he gets downed, but he will be killed outright by Zephyr, playing that really long angle all the way from the building out.
That
Jason
could have been prevented if Lackey had gotten to that hallway a little bit sooner and shot out those Hibana pellets, because with that wall getting opened up, that forced Snookin out of his corner, and now that was Bibu that was able to collapse onto him, give him a couple shots, and then exposed him to Zephyr. But 50 seconds left to go, and it looks as though Supremacy's just going for a, I'll call it quote-unquote standard push into VIP in Red Hallway. They've got 3 members out here. They got rid of some of the barbed wire. They're going to push their way in towards BP here. BP's got the line of sight, but it looks like Bibu's going to go for a smaller, lower-angled shot. Lackey did pick up that kill into Poseidon, though. 30 seconds left to go. He's got to cover a couple different angles here. We're going to see a push here momentarily. Renewal still trying to hold on to VIP from this far angle inside of the minibar. Rafael's going to push his way into the corner by the big window. Lackey did not see the engagement, see the movement. Now he's going to be covered down with some fire, get taken out of commission. A 4-on-2, 3-on-2 with Secretly being the last man alive as Spark removes him. Now Secretly is going to move inside. He sees the shots there on Rafael. Does not see the bathroom shot. Zephyr going to go. He tags the headshot. That's a double headshot. Last man alive is going to be Sparks. Can he get the shots in time? No, he's going to be over. He doesn't know. He's going to go to the barbed wire. Barbed wire's going to stop him.
He's going to get it.
He's going to move in for he faked it on out. He goes for the shots. He misses it out, and now we're going to see some nades get tossed over. That's what you got to do, Secret or Spark. You got to toss those nades in. You have 2 of them. You got to use it. He's tossing them now, but the 80s are going to stop.
Oh,
the
Secretly!
shot coming on out from Secretly. What a shot! And now he's going to get this diffuser destroyed, and round number 4 is going to go into the hands of Playing Ducks.
What a round from Secretly to bring it back from what seemed like an absolutely dominating Supremacy victory.
That was a 4-on-2 turnaround. Wonderful job there by Playing Ducks, able to do just what they needed to.
Now we will have an even round count on this first map of this best of 3. Both of these teams struggling to walk away with a hard lead. Playing Ducks going to be going on to attack, and we will have Supremacy on defense of the Penthouse Theater. Similar to what we just saw from Playing Ducks. Will it work for them? And now I have to imagine Supremacy is probably not going to invest quite as much into VIP. But we very clearly saw from Playing Ducks that VIP hold was not working out for them.
I do like the fact that this is Supremacy's 3rd bomb site, which means they've practiced almost every single bomb site here. We might even see the kitchen next time. But the fact that they are going through each and every bomb site, to me, tells me that they are either trying out stuff, which you don't necessarily want to try out stuff in this area, or they're just well-versed on this map.
Well, they were the team that did bring us to this map, so I have to imagine that they put in quite a lot of practice.
10 seconds.
I like how they are keeping Playing Ducks on their toes, not able to guess what bomb site's going to be next.
Right. Good variation of those bomb sites. That is very useful in this circumstance. And now, you can see here, Playing Ducks going to be going on to their attack. It looks like they're going to come from the balcony, similar to what we saw from Supremacy in the previous round, also pressuring onto that main east window. Taking control over VIP is usually the first step in this attack, and it's a very important one. We did see we see Supremacy do that last round.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a poor drone toss by Secretly. He might have to go pick that up.
Don't underestimate those poor drone tosses, by the way, because those actually do waste upwards of like 10, 20 seconds, and it becomes a huge time sink for the attackers. You really need to use every second in these rounds.
Now Rafael and Bibu are going to be inside of the servers area, that servers connection from that main lobby into the Lamborghini lobby.
Renewal's looking for the angle on the player inside of VIP, but there is nobody inside of VIP. Zephyr's going to be playing that VIP angle from whoa, an engagement between Bibo and Lackey will leave both slightly spooked, but neither heavily lit. Lackey took a tiny bit of damage. And meanwhile, Meepy's going to collapse onto Raphael behind Bibu.
Now, Lackey doesn't quite know if Bibu was the one to fall or if it was someone else. Now, we are going to see a little still engagement here. He pops on up, grabs a headshot, then looks back towards the Lamborghini lobby. He knows someone else is there. That's where his teammate just died. That's where Meepy was looking on through. Now, Meepy will also be taken out. A wonderful job. Secretly, could he also go down? Snukin's going to try to collapse as Bibu tries to escape. It's not going to happen, and that will, unfortunately, turn out into a 3-3 man count. However, Zephyr just picking up one kill with his 416 onto the heads of Renewals. That's now leading in favor of Supremacy with Secretly and Snukin last two alive.
Constant trade backs when it comes to man count as well as rounds between these two teams. You can see how evenly matched they are here on Coastline. Secretly going to be sneaking his way up these south stairs. And Snukin going to be playing, I think, in the trophy hallway. He is indeed in the trophy hallway. He might be looking to open up the VIP wall, but secretly EMPing this wall over on the south stairs isn't actually going to get anything done, as his teammate is just too far away to make the rotation happen and still have time for the attack.
Yeah, I think Snukin right now is just looking to see if he can spot Zephyr. He's looking to see if someone's going to rotate over from the billiards room, trying to bait it out. Threw a couple shots towards Zephyr that actually gave him away. So now he's just going to stay there for a little bit. 30 seconds left to go. We are going to see Secretly go down for the count. 3-on-1. Playing Ducks will not win this round as Spark picks up a second headshot straight in a row. That's going to be Supremacy winning round number 5.
I love the way that Supremacy set themselves up on that bomb site. They had full control over VIP without actually playing anyone inside of VIP. Complete contrast to the way that we saw Playing Ducks establish themselves inside of that particular bomb site. Opening up those walls to the hallway and then playing the Jaeger in billiards with that long angle. He's able to get those kills with his nice carbine. Great damage drop-off values.
Now, we saw, I want to talk just briefly about the attachments that we saw on Thermite. He was using, I believe that was the reflex sight instead of the ACOG, which we typically see. In your experience on this map, just playing it, do you find that the one-time scopes, the reflex, the hollows are more useful?
I mean, it's all personal preference when it comes to scopes and entirety. I mean, there's certain maps where I would say you usually want to stick to the ACOG in a lot of situations, like Canal, for example. On this map, it is one of the larger ones, but there are also, again, a lot of close-range engagements. So, honestly, as it always has been, I would say that scope options really come down to personal preference, whatever you find yourself comfortable on, what you can hit shots with. Now, Playing Ducks are going to be going on to defense of the double bar. We've seen both teams have success here. Like that shield. Let's see, what is that shield going to be useful for?
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Might be a pixel angle onto the window. I think it's a pixel angle onto the window between the shield and the wall, although I can't see it until somebody tries to play it. That's a really nice angle, though, if that's what's going on there. I like that from Snukin.
We are going to see the same setup here as previously with Playing Ducks, with Secretly on Smoke playing inside of the couch area of that pink bar, looking in towards the blue.
It looks like we're having Supremacy just go for that top-down take yet again. Not, well, still, yeah, a very heavy roam game coming out from Playing Ducks, though. 3 off-site, 2 on-site. They very much put a lot of faith in Secretly to hold B, or A, and Snooki to hold B.
So it's going to be a 2-3 split with Meepy and Lackey both upstairs. BB's going to try to drone out Meepy here. Looks like that's going to happen. Oh, he didn't see him. He's going to go for the quick push. Can he see him? He's going to snag the shot. It's going to be a double down. However, BB will take the final bullet and finish it off Meepy. Lackey's going to come up and sweep it up like a clean janitor, and now we're going to have Supremacy come on back here in a 4-4.
That was a good trade back there. Saw the difference between a headshot and a body shot. Snukin is going to take out Raphael. Can't see where that was. Looks like it was just outside the B bomb site door. Good shot there to Snukin. Zephyr going to need to pick up this diffuser now from his fallen teammate. With only half the round left to go, and the attackers, or the defenders actually, in the man advantage.
It's moments like this that you're like, I want to see a C4 toss. But there is Snukin, like you said, just grabbing that shot there on a Buck, who overexposed himself going over the hole that he just opened up.
These grenades are going to get taken out by the Jaeger device, and now in a 2 versus 4, the attackers are running out of options.
We are going to see in this 2v4, 50 seconds remaining, Zephyr moves in forwards towards that pool entrance. He sees the bomb, but there's not much he can do about it. He's going to move in. Snukin's going to be there to decapitate him here momentarily, unless he still has that pressure from above, which Poseidon is laying down on him. Now, unfortunately for Zephyr, he has one nade to toss in, but it's not like he's going to see it. Snukin peeks on up. It's a little peek back and forth. However, secretly he's able to look around, grabs the shots around to Zephyr, and Hibana, that is going to be Poseidon, will also fall by renewals. We are going to have round 6 going to the hands of Playing Ducks. It is 3-3.
Great setup there by Playing Ducks, but honestly, a little bit of a disappointing attack from Supremacy. Supremacy, they established that top floor control, but then after they had top floor control, they couldn't make anything come of it. They couldn't really get rid of any of the positions that Playing Ducks were so well using to try and hold the site. There wasn't even a very big influence of the roamer game coming out from Playing Ducks. I mean, we did see that Ash get taken out in the hallway upstairs earlier in the round, but when it came to the actual taking the bomb site, a lot of it was really just coming down to some great gunplay by Snukin. I think he got his only 2 kills in that one round, and we're on round number 7 now. So well played to him getting that double kill.
Now, here we are going to see this hookah and billiards chosen yet again by Supremacy. Actually, no, is this their first time choosing this?
Whatever the case be, we are seeing it again, whether it was by Playing Ducks or the... No, it wasn't, because Raphael, I remember, he was playing inside the corner next to billiards room. So yeah, no, this is going to be their second round here, coming on to this particular bomb site.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Now, Playing Ducks is just going to be swarming around the southwest entrance of this map. You can already see Renewals saying, get rid of this castle barricade. We don't need it.
Let's take quite a lot of shots, though, to get that castle barricade opened up with Glaz now. And that's about a 1/4 of Glaz's ammo out the window.
Bomb located.
Big sacrifice for one castle barricade.
Now, the tricky thing to be was Spark keeps the castle barricade to then put it back up. And if an opportunity arose itself, they brought a Valkyrie cam and said, hey, no one's looking, let's put it back up.
That would be quite hilarious.
Bibu using these mute jammers to try and direct Meepy's drone away from him. He's going to keep himself hidden inside of the servers, as well as Zephyr is inside of the kitchen, unannounced from the drone that just walked by.
So you saw Supremacy come off of that south side take that wasn't working for either of these teams, but it looks like Playing Ducks is actually going to commit to the south side take here.
Good catch onto Spark. Now, Spark did get droned out, but he was able to stop the drone from going all the way into billiards and spotting out anyone else, especially Raphael, who's right on the other side of the wall. Now, the floor underneath will get opened up. That's going to do a lot of damage here. Lackey sees him, and it looks like he will tag him down, and there he will go down by the glass outside of the balcony.
It's a very difficult engagement between those two bars, between a 2-speed and a 3-speed. Hard to actually hit those shots. The bars eat most of the bullets. Lackey is down, but he's going to get picked up. It looks like Castle may have downed him before he died. Good job to Spark there.
Snukin still cautious of someone being inside of the billiards room. He's got barbed wire he's got to contest with. So we'll have to see if he makes enough noise that allows Raphael to go for a peek. If not, they might just sneak into Aqua undetected. I say undetected until that glass cannon goes rifling through and gets rid of the camera inside of the site. Smoke grenades are going to go out. That's going to allow some cover as Renewals pushes on forward. Raphael needs to hide at the moment. He is being droned out, though. That's going to allow Renewals to push in even further and throw even more smoke grenades in sight.
Good kill from Snukin there onto Raphael. That was the Jaeger anchoring inside the bar. Ooh, Bibu's waiting for his opportunity to pounce behind Playing Ducks. They might not be ready for this.
He's going to see it, gets the shot there, he didn't even show it. Now secretly will go down by Bibu. Poseidon snagged the kill there on a Snookin, and Zephyr picked up a kill of himself on to beat Meepy. And that just instantly traded out. Lackey's going to be the last man alive as Renewals gets traded out by Bibu. Renewals did pick up the kill into Poseidon, so that's going to make it a 2-on-1. Zephyr last man, and he will go down. I'm sorry, Bibu will take out Lackey.
Nice defense there from Supremacy, and you can really attribute that victory to Bibu's flank and Bibu's flank alone. Well played there. If it weren't for him coming from behind at that very crucial moment, it would have certainly been a Playing Ducks round. Now, Supremacy finally with a lead are going to be putting themselves in match point 4-3 in their favor. And they will be attacking onto a penthouse theater in an attempt to finish off this round. That was the first, by the way, or sorry, no, not the first. That was yet again the Southside attack not working out whatsoever for the team that chose to go for it. Neither of these teams have had success with that Southside attack, attacking onto whether it be billiards or the bottom floor. It's been time and time again countered. It looked like it was going to be Playing Ducks' round. I mean, they picked apart the anchors, and they had control, and just they weren't paying attention to Bibu coming from behind because of that castle barricade. It really deceived them into thinking that they didn't have to watch their flank. Playing Ducks going to be doing the same setup, looks like, in that VIP lounge yet again. Lots of utility invested here, lots of shields, lots of rear windows, Jaegers, barbed wire, everything's going to be going into the VIP. Exactly opposite to the way that we've seen Supremacy hold it so far. Supremacy instead opts to open up the walls, try to go for the long angle hold all the way from billiards.
I like the fact that we are seeing Playing Ducks utilize the deployable shield. It's not a utility that we see often, and especially to think of it as having more viability than the C4 for Playing Ducks in their strategy, that's something I like seeing. It makes me think that they've actually put a lot of time and effort into understanding that that deployable shield is necessary.
Yeah, now the question is, will Snooki be able to stay alive this time? Because last time he died very quickly in VIP, wasted exactly no time for the attackers, and because of that, the attackers were given full control over VIP, and thus were allowed to take full control over the B-bomb site and get that defuse plant. Now, it was clutched out, I think by Secretly. Yeah, it was Secretly who clutched it out in the end, but it still should have been a Supremacy round.
Now you just saw the Hibana pellets there. They got destroyed by the Bandit battery. That was the direct counter to what happened last time, forcing Snookin out. Flashbangs are going to go in here by Ash. That's Bibu. However, they were destroyed by the ADS. That's going to allow Snookin to still stay tucked away. He's just waiting for the close engagement. That's why he's got the shorter angle. However, Meepy swung on in from the penthouse to just get a shotgun to the back of Bibu's face. And now that's going to be a 4-on-5 with Ash being taken out. That's also most likely going to be Snookin to make sure that he can hold on to VIP. There was also the counter. Lackey, I believe that is going to shoot off those Hibana pellets this time.
Like that teamwork between Renewals, excuse me, and Lackey to get rid of both, or to get rid of those Hibana pellets on that wall, keeping Snookin, their teammate, alive inside VIP. You can see Supremacy are really struggling to take care of Snookin, and because of that, they're struggling to execute their attack. This is really holding them up.
Now the last fort effort to try to push onto him is going to be this smoke grenade. However, he's going to be a wonderful time. That's what that shield is for. It's not necessarily to prevent for the cover for the window. It's to prevent them from getting that long, dark angle that you just saw Glass trying to get onto him. Last two alive going to be Poseidon and Raphael. They're going for the shot. Snookin going to take massive damage, but also deals a lot to Raphael. He's probably going to try to heal himself back up here momentarily. The last two are inside of VIP. Looks like Snookin goes down, and it looks like it's going to be one man standing as Raphael has been injured. Poseidon versus Renshiro and Secretly. 30 seconds left to go. He's going to try to pick up his teammate here, and will Meepy swing on out with another shotgun kill? No, he's going to stay close on the corner right by the bedpost, and looks like he's going to toss out a gas grenade here. There it goes. Gas grenades. One left in his hand in his arsenal. He's going to try to toss that out here momentarily. There it goes. Gets tossed out. That's going to force Raphael to run through the gas grenade. However, the plant is going to go down by Poseidon. However, it gets taken out. Meepy goes to the shotgun kill. However, the 4-16 coming out of Renewals will finish off the round 8. We are now going to see this go 4-4.
Overtime forced out by Playing Ducks. Well done to them. Now, who will get defense? Who will get attack here on this round? And that last round, by the way, you can very much attribute to the fact that Bibu was allowed to stay alive Sorry, not Bibu, excuse me. We saw the Doc was allowed to stay alive for so long inside VIP Lounge because he was not able to get killed off by Supremacy. They really didn't know what to do with their attack. They were like, okay, well, how are we supposed to come into this unless we take control over VIP? So they forced it out, and they lost that challenge in the end.
Yeah, Snookin did a fantastic job inside of VIP, but it would not have been as successful had it not been for Lackey and a couple other teammates like Meepy coming around to take out the Ash. You had Lackey to get rid of the Hibana pellets trying to on the window or on the wall. So with that, I mean, that was a true group effort and a well planned out maneuver for Playing Ducks.
Yeah, I like what they did there.
Now they will go downstairs into their bar hold, which is going to be their first hold they started off the day with, and it was successful for them, if I remember correctly. So they are going to retry this and make it work yet again for them. You're going to see that shield go down by Snookin. Again, on almost every single bomb site we've seen Mira played for Playing Ducks, they've utilized that deployable shield.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job with it. I think this shield right here gives them a pixel angle onto that window of the A bomb site, which is ever so useful to challenge without having to worry about being received by the attacker vaulting in through the window. Now, Supremacy, the last time they attacked this site, it was through the south side of the building on that office, and they were unsuccessful. Will they mix things up and try to come from somewhere else? We did see a little bit of pressure upstairs, but that didn't really amount to anything.
They're going to have a bit of a challenge here. I believe there's going to be someone inside a bathroom who looks like they might have been challenging onto... There are two. There's Lackey and Meepy.
And where else are you supposed to be coming into this site? I mean, you see Playing Ducks roaming so very hard. That roam game is going to be denying a lot of the east side of the building. So if you want to take from east, you're going to have to contend with a lot of defenders. And in theory, that's actually a good thing. If you do some really good roam hunting, then that'll actually work to your advantage. But that's not what Supremacy are opting to do here. They are still coming from the west side of the building, primarily.
Yeah, I mean, pushing in through just the doorways of the site and the windows are not necessarily going to be in your effort or in your best interest, we'll say.
A bomb has been located.
Like you said, clearing out the roamers is probably one of the primary tactics which we're not seeing yet.
You can see Supremacy are just looking for any sort of pick that they can get to give them an opportunity to make a push in, but they're not finding it. No. Playing Ducks playing very safe.
Renewals will be tucked away. He won't be seen through the window way, which we just saw Glaz looking at. So we are going to still see this go to a 5-5 still with the floor of Hookah being opened up above the B site. They're trying to get Snookin out from behind the bar, and it looks like it might do the trick. However, there it is. More shots coming on through. He will be injured. Spark's going to finish him off here, and that is going to be the start of this onslaught.
So this time, the vertical control for Supremacy actually working to their favor. Playing Ducks getting one of their most important anchors taken out early.
It looks as though Spark's going to answer with his own couple tags there onto Secret. Yeah, that is Secretly. And we are going to see Meepy also try to move in here to blue bar. He's now. Oh, a double kill coming out here from Renewal's wonderful double headshot, taking out Raphael and Zephyr. That's going to be the Thatcher and the Glads. That's going to be Bibu, Poseidon, and Spark, last 3 alive in what's going to be the first round of overtime.
The collapse from those roamers has put Supremacy now in a difficult spot, but they have gotten rid of the main anchor inside of the bar, Pink Bar, so they might be able to get this defuse plant. No!
Gas grenade's going to come out. Meepy tags the shot there to Poseidon's head. Bibu's going to try to do the same thing, but he picks up the diffuser, moves on in, and he could get the plant down, but it looks like Renewals will say no. However, Poseidon and Spark able to tag some kills down. Lackey gets Spark in return. Bibu and Lackey, last 2 alive defenders, are going to win this round because Bibu just could not get this plant down, even though he picked off the shot onto Renewals.
Yeah, it's a little too close to that table, unfortunately. If there's something directly in front of you, you're not going to be able to plant. And now we're going to have overtime match point round 2, Playing Ducks ahead 5-4.
I mean, in all honesty, that round, even if Bibu did start getting the plant down, Pulse was there. He had the
he would have secured
he would have died.
There's no way.
The round would have gone to Playing Ducks either way. So with that, Playing Ducks is now 1 round away from securing the first map in this best-of-3 series.
And you can see they are going to be attacking onto the same site. Clearly the preferred site between these 2 teams, the double bar. What happened there on the last round for Supremacy is they attacked onto the top floor. They had control over the top floor. They used control over the top floor, but the great collapse from Playing Ducks meant that it was rendered, well, not very important in the grand scheme of things. Also, fantastic run out.
And we are going to see Frost making an appearance yet again,
5 seconds remaining.
which I'm hoping for it to be more useful. I don't remember seeing a Frost welcome mat trap just yet.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Securing the floor.
Now, Supremacy is still going to opt to reinforce the entire courtyard wall, except for possibly one, unless it got reinforced on the opposite side. Poseidon, though, is going to do a hard hold of this B site. There it is. It is reinforced on the opposite side, so we will have a full reinforcement of that wall next to Poseidon. Looks like we're going to have that combination of Spark and Bibu again inside of this south lobby. Last time, they droned out Bibu. He got spotted and then got killed off, but the trade happened where Spark took out 2 members, I believe, from Playing Ducks.
You can see here Playing Ducks are situating themselves again to do this south take, which has thus far been completely unsuccessful for both teams.
Now the thought process here right now, it's a wonderful stalemate with Bibu able to just hold it down, but he's going to try to say, let's get back onto site. I know they're probably going to toss some grenades in, want to bait him out just a little bit more. Drones are coming. Secretly, he's going to call it all clear. And if Bibu can time this right, he can actually get back in there without being overly exposed.
Half of the round has already wasted away. Playing Ducks have taken control over the top floor for the most part above the bomb site, but not doing much in this round thus far.
We're going to see maybe possibly, I was going to say possibly do a quick drop there to take out Frost. However, Spark will hear that, will move away. Bibu, wonderful shot there. He's going to look to get one more here onto glass. He's moving into the site. Oh, he's going to tuck himself in. That's a very hard corner to shoot through, but it's a predictable one, being inside of that blue bar. Spark, however, has moved his way into the main lobby. That's the Lamborghini lobby as well. He's looking in towards the courtyard now, and also these south stairs. With 45 seconds to go, we're still going to see a 5-on-4. Hammer's going to open up some of the floor above. That might have scared off Poseidon from his hold.
You can see here Meepy just desperately trying to get some amount of control that's going to actually influence this round from above. But it just seems like Supremacy are relocating as necessary after each and every hole gets opened up. With only 26 seconds left to go, Playing Ducks needs to make a play.
Now the wall has been opened up. Bibu's still undetected in here. He's going to be able to get a nice shot. Lackey's also looking through some bullets here. He might be tossing one towards Poseidon. He's going to skedaddle away with his life at the moment. A 3-on-5. Renewals has taken quite a bit of damage here, but he's able to pick up the shots there in a Zephyr. Bibu and Spark able to come in hot with their own kills as the Ash, that's Lackey, gets Raphael down. 3-on-1. Lackey's last man alive. He's got to go for some shots here, and he will not get it, so defenders are going to win this round, and we are going to see this go to the 11th round. Winner will take all on next round for map number 1.
Playing Ducks back on defense. The only site they will not be able to defend is that double bar, which has seemingly been unbeatable for both of these teams. And now they're going to have to choose Penthouse Theater, it seems. They did have success here on the previous attempt, and you can really chalk that up to Doc staying alive inside of that VIP lounge for so long, and really just Supremacy not knowing how to deal with it, how to rotate around it, where to go, what to do. It would be really cool to see that Latin American and North American south side push onto this bomb site, because I feel like it would counter both of the teams' setup when it comes to the defense. If Supremacy opt to go for that south side push right now, which they won't because they don't have a thermite, they could do it with Hibana, but not the same type of push. But if they had opted to go for that push, I feel like it would just completely negate all of what Playing Ducks is doing on their defense. Because it's so centered around VIP, both the attack and the defense on this floor.
And that's kind of what happens with the development of meta on new maps in each region. They find their own home because they'll typically practice with local teams. And then once it starts getting onto the world stage, you start practicing it with teams and players from across regions, you'll start getting a more standard meta throughout every region. That's what we've seen on Border. It's what we've seen on Console. It's what we've seen on many other maps. Here in particular, though, as you just called, we're seeing out of Latin America and North America, they're pushing in from that south stairwell onto the theater. But here in Europe, we're seeing the exact opposite. That VIP is the center stone, the cornerstone of the defensive hold.
And as you can see, as it seems like Supremacy is going to maintain their determination to take into VIP instead of switch it up and go somewhere else. Now, that really means that they're going to have to take care of Snookin, who yet again is playing inside of this bookshelf corner. This is just the most important linchpin in this defense for Playing Ducks. And the time that Snookin got taken out early, Playing Ducks lost this round. Actually, they almost lost this round quite decisively, but secretly managed to 1 versus 3. So they did actually win it, but it was close.
So basically what this is coming down to, Playing Ducks has set up this particular defensive location, this particular site, 3 times now. First time it was unsuccessful, second time it was successful. What I want to see Supremacy do now is if they do not get this underway, if they do not win this round, it is due to the fact that they do not have as strong of a mid-game analysis or mid-game in-game leader as they need to have.
Yeah, they need to be able to adapt off this take or somehow just deal with Snookin. The flashbangs are going to come out. The shield's going to stop this push from Bibu. And
wonderful job
Lackey
there by Lackey. Now, that was a good attempt there, but Bibu just unfortunately was not able to vault over the shield, and therefore we will see Lackey pick up the kill.
Yeah, obviously we had Bibu not have full information not on that hallway and made a little bit of a foolhardy attempt at a push straight into 2 different players. Caught in a crossfire.
Now it's not going to look good for Supremacy unless they can get Snookin out of that corner. Spark's going to make his attempt though, and I don't know if that spot that he's in is breachable from underneath. If that's the case, you might need to cook a grenade, Spark, and throw it up underneath the Snookin. Looks like there are no more stun grenades going to come out for utilities, and therefore it's going to be up to Zephyr. Oh no, 1 grenade's going to get tossed on over. Snookin looks like he'll be hurt a little bit, but it won't do too much damage. Normal with that one. He's going to stay put, and it looks like Lackey will be taken out of commission here by Spark. Rafael then will get Snookin down as he goes for his own kind of trade. Now, unfortunately, that was a little bit too aggressive by Lackey and Snookin, and that's going to cost them. 3 on 4 now with 15 seconds left to go. We're going to see Renewals try to get this flank off. Diffuser has been killed off, though. That's Rafael tagging the kill. That's Meepy tagging on the kill to Rafael. Sledge is going to have to move in here momentarily. That's going to be Sparks going through the gas grenade, though. He has picked up Diffuser, but he will be injured and finished off. That's also Diffuser going down, and we will have the team Playing Ducks will get this win. Diffuser won't go down. They're going to win map number 1, and that is going to be 1 step closer here for Playing Ducks to get to that playoff position.
So, Playing Ducks managed to win Supremacy's map in a 11-round struggle. Both of these teams clearly very well versed on Coastline. That somehow, that in the last moment when it matters the most, Playing Ducks came out on top. You can see that scoreline is very even across both of their teams. I mean, obviously, it's just an absolute back and forth of sort of match.
Yeah, it was a wonderful match to see. I mean, going 11 rounds in this is kind of what we expected. I mean, we know that these teams are evenly matched. We said that they were they're here in the decider match. They're going for that 2nd and 3rd seed. We know that Penta's top dog here out of this group. We know that unfortunately Team Vitality placed 4th. Here are 2 closest teams, it appears to be. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights here on Coastline, as again we saw some very different tactics.
Yeah, when it comes to billiards, when it comes to double bar, seemingly both of these teams favor taking control of that south side of the building and pushing in to the bar itself or to the billiards. And that really just didn't work for either of them, ever. So when it came to this particular bomb site, the top floor, oh my gosh, this was a clutch out from Secretly. Look at this. I mean, he faked it out. He didn't need to. He could have stuck it, but it doesn't matter because he's going to come out on top anyway.
Yep, the shotgun kill, though. He just pulled it out and said, okay, nade. That's actually what also killed him there. If that nade would have gone through and he would have just stayed back, he could have won But unfortunately, the ADS saved the day, and so did the shotgun from Mira.
Yeah. Here's this double, well, a bit of a trade, Bibu with the headshot, but it actually worked in, oh, well, kind of worked in favor of the defenders there, as we still had Bandit clean up that kill. This was the round that, despite the fact Supremacy managed to take control over that top floor, they still couldn't win it out.
Now that was where I think it was Bibu tried to get the plant down, and unfortunately his head would have hit the table had he bent over to get the plant.
Yeah, here's the last round where Supremacy, they did take care of Snookin, but they couldn't actually make anything happen from that. There wasn't enough time. They spent 2.5 minutes, I think, taking care of Snookin.
I mean, that is what the goal is. Yes, Snookin knows he's probably going to die, but that's exactly why they picked Doc. It was to make sure that he has the greatest chance of survivability. No other man, not even if you pick up a Rook, is going to have as good of a survivability chance in that stage. But we are going to head into the game right now. It's map number 2. It's going to be on border, playing Duck starts on attack and Supremacy on defense.
Armory Lockers, of course, going to be the first defended site here for Supremacy. We have seen a little bit of ventilation start before, but it's not very typical. Playing Duck's going to be bringing that Glaz, and that leads me to believe it's going to be an office take, as usually when you see Glaz on this map, it's to put him on that long angle we saw so well utilized in the previous match. All the way from spawn into B, through the B bomb site wall into A. Gives you lots of visibility and cuts off a ton of rotation for the defenders.
As many bombs as they can.
Now, with this drop hatch in the middle office being reinforced, it leads me to believe that we're going to see the mirror window where Poseidon's reinforcing the wall there. It's going to be basically almost like a quote-unquote ominous hold that we saw during Season 1, where they were to take it to Continuum during that season.
Now, how is Supremacy going to try and hold these offices? The big question. Because what we've seen from a couple different teams before is just not enough pressure onto the offices, and the attack will take control of our office with almost no contention whatsoever, then able to poise themselves directly onto the B bomb site. They have, well, full control. They'll get that diffuser plant and walk away and cover from the north balcony. So how is Supremacy going to deal with that? Looks like they might play Bibu inside the sandwich or in offices in general, which is one of the ways that we've seen a number of teams try to contend offices.
We are seeing renewals here on the south balcony, opening up some of the wall towards the drop hatch in CCTV, which is one of the locations we've seen mirror windows placed before, but I don't think we see one here this time. I think CCTV is kind of being forfeited by the defenders at the moment.
Wow, you can see that we have Poseidon inside Fountain, but he actually hasn't put a mirror window inside the Fountain. He's got one in small office, and I'm not sure where his second one is. He might actually be saving it.
Yeah, I think it's a delayed mirror window placement.
Saving those mirror windows is actually very smart when you have to deal with a Twitch drone. Did you see if he had one or not? I didn't quite see it. Nope, he's put down both of them. So where's the second mirror window?
We've got one inside the middle office, and two might be on the wall by... There it is, on the wall by
sandwich.
Jaeger.
Hey, we found it, guys. We are having the mirror window inside that sandwich in an attempt to hold the offices. Now, however, Biba's going to have to rotate off of it.
He might have to, but he is the Jaeger, so in my opinion, he should be keeping an ADS there to basically ADS swap.
Now Playing Ducks have to take care of Bibu on that mirror window first thing before they can pressure into the site. I like this crossfire between Poseidon and Bibu as well. That's going to mean as soon as someone gets aggressive onto Bibu, Poseidon's going to be there to receive them. You can see the angle he's playing right now.
Rafael is also there to back up Poseidon. This is where the engagement is planning to happen. However, Playing Ducks is saying we aren't going to challenge this anymore.
Oh, look at this rotation! Oh, Supremacy's not ready!
Wonderful job. They're going in for a quick rush. They're going to throw in flashbangs. They're going to go in for a quick rush into lockers. We're going to see this collapse very quickly here momentarily. There are 50 seconds left to go. Wall's going to open up. Renewal's going to hold down the fort. Their wall is now right behind half wall. Is going to be Rafael. And Leapy is on this locker rotation.
What a rotation there from Playing Ducks. Complete denial, almost as if it was planned. Well played to them there. That meant that Raphael wasn't able to active bandit the A wall, and it will be open. But only 30 seconds left to go. Playing Ducks needs to make play into the site itself.
Zephyr is inside of the middle office is there, so he could
Here
toss
it
one in.
is.
He's going to snap one. That's going to be a kill there, and Zephyr swings on out. tags that shotgun kill into BP. However, Bibu gets traded up by Secretly. Plant will go down in a 4-on-3. Poseidon's still here. He gets his head decapitated. Sparks and Zephyr will both go down there by Secretly and Lackey. We're going to have a fantastic rotation. Wonderful in-game leadership by Playing Ducks this round.
Love that play. Not only was it a concise rotation, but also the collapse came all at once. I really did not relent onto the Supremacy defense, and that was just an excellent execution from Playing Ducks. Now we will be seeing... I love that they saw, okay, we've got a mirror window in Sandwich. We've got two people playing inside a Fountain. We've got somebody playing inside of B. Let's just go A. Let's just go A. And there was somebody in the small office, but that's not enough to stop the attack just for brute forcing their way into the A wall. Love that. Now we are going to be seeing Playing Ducks go into their defense of the top floor. We'll see what Supremacy has up their sleeves for us here. Although we have to say, you know, that was a really nice defense setup from Supremacy. Despite the fact that Playing Ducks came out on top, I like the way that Supremacy was handling that office hold.
Yeah, and we saw, I mean, we talked about it before with different ways, different operators to put behind that sandwich wall. And we typically see a bandit so they can actively bandit swap the wall. But that also then leads to, okay, when one Thatcher goes down, your ADS is destroyed. And we saw the Jaeger at that time possibly able to rotate his ADS, although I don't think he did enough. We saw the grenade go down, he was able to evade it. But still, I like seeing the different attempts at having operators there, changing about seeing which one's going to be more viable. Now here is a different tactic. They have opened up the office wall. I think that's going to allow Meepy to fully keep an eye on those east stairs as well as on the east balcony.
That's some aggressive play going to be coming out from Meepy, but that is so typical Playing Ducks. I love it. We'll see if it works out for them. Meanwhile, Supremacy are absolutely setting themselves up to take from the CCTV A wall, so it might not actually see any play in this round. There is one mirror window on that main A wall, and Snook is going to be the one playing it. He can peek out around the doorway if he needs to challenge this thermite plant. There is a Habana on the attacking team that can open up the window if Bibu goes downstairs and opens up the, actually, yeah, Bibu's going to go downstairs and open up the window from below. Or actually, no, it's going to be Spark to open up the window. He's got that shotgun. He's going to be in a great position to do this. And here it comes.
And unfortunately, though, Spark did not have the full shotgun reloaded. He could only open up one half of the wall, and that actually gave away his position and allowed the rotation off of that wall.
Unfortunate that we didn't see Spark go for the left side of the wall instead of the right. Because of that, we will have Snookin walk away with his life. 1 minute to go, and Supremacy really needs to make something happen here. They are taking this attack entirely too slow. They got rid of Bunker from below. I like that job there from Bibu.
Looks like the first shot still from Snookin by half wall will go down on a Spark. We're going to see this wall potentially get opened up here momentarily, but Poseidon still needs to get the charges down onto it. He has Diffuser in hand. Looks like Bibu's underneath. And will he be going for Snookin? There's the wall being opened up by Raphael. Finally, we see some more engagement happening as the MP7 from Meepy slaps onto Bibu. We are going to see a 3-on-5 now. With Poseidon trying to hold down the flank inside of CCTV, Raphael's going to try to bait out some more of these gas grenades, but the mirror that's going to be Snookin behind the half wall is still going to be there. Possibly C4 in hand, ready to toss on out. There is, I believe that's going to be Meepy far down range on the east stairwell. He's able to skedaddle over into the offices. He's going to get back on site with 20 seconds left to go. Barbed wire's going to get destroyed. Snookin still here at the half wall. He's got the deployable shield this time. Oh, a good collapse! A good cover there by Secretly, finishing off Poseidon as he tries to vault on over the half wall. Looks like a shotgun from Secretly will finish off Raphael as well. Last one alive is going to be Zephyr and gets removed and taken out here by Meepy. Wonderful job by Playing Ducks to secure round number 2.
Supremacy attacking onto the A wall. Took way too much time to get that wall open, only having it open with 1 minute to spare. And he spent a lot of time downstairs as well, working on that roam game that didn't exist and opening up holes that didn't help at all. Because of that, All that Playing Ducks had to do was hold steadfast in the site, wait for the attackers to push on through the A wall, and they did come out on top. Also, those holes that were opened up from below worked against Supremacy in that particular round. Now Playing Ducks, seemingly very comfortable on this map, are in a solid 2-0 lead to start things off.
Here we go, seeing the Frost again from Supremacy. That's Poseidon playing it. Now, if it was just Supremacy that was going to be playing the Frost, to me, I'd be expecting, or I would say that is more accustomed to some of the I'll call it the leftover, the knowledge brought over from Xbox. We tended to see a little bit more Frost play on Xbox than PC, and I think that's why we might be seeing it here on Supremacy. But we have been seeing Frost play on the Latin American scene as well. So I think Frost might be trying to make a comeback here on some of these maps, on some of these bomb sites.
5 seconds remaining.
Ventilation defense from Supremacy seemingly very spread out here, trying to cover as much ground as possible. I like that they're pushing themselves into customs, as well as reinforcing that teller wall. Wonder what's going on there. They've reinforced the teller wall as well as put 2 castle barricades on said teller wall. They've also reinforced the wall from customs into reception. So it seems like they're drawing a line in the sand from north to south towards the east side of the building on the first floor, and I like that. We'll see if it works out for them. Playing Ducks is going to be focusing on taking top floor control here. And there is no one, interestingly, nobody from Supremacy contending this top floor. Playing Ducks is going to drone that out, see it, and force their way into Armory.
We've seen a tactic similar to this before. I forget exactly the match that it was, but it was more of a horizontal near cafe second floor like hold, where they're playing the majority off-site, but on the same floor.
Yeah, and it seems to be working for Supremacy. Just to start things off, they will take out Meebe with a well-placed C4. Now Playing Ducks with top-down control are going to rotate outside to the front door on the northwest side of things.
Looks like we're going to see some of the floor and hatches get opened up here. Bibu's still looking hard for some players that he's able to get some shots onto. 4 to 5 here with Supremacy still up in man count, but they're going to need to hold off the onslaught from Playing Ducks. More shots going to go through, and it looks as though Glasney's opened that up just a little bit.
Now, Playing Ducks is just slotting themselves into a collapse here. Pushing into the B bomb site altogether is going to be very dangerous. This top-down control is, wow, there's a missed C4, unfortunately, there from Bibu.
Yeah, I don't think Lackey actually saw him. I think he might have heard the toss, but he didn't actually go and engage the shots.
This take is going to be very, very difficult for Playing Ducks with so little real control. And they even have Poseidon there right next to them in towards customs.
We do have Spark. He's actually going to get himself detected outside. That's going to draw the attention of Lackey. However, it's not even needed because he missed the shots. Renewals get the shots down onto him in return. Bibu and Zephyr pick up 1 for Supremacy. We do have Diffuser getting planted here. 2 members left alive for each team. It's Raphael and Bibu versus Renewals. Oh, he defused it. Look at the sneak defuse pushing on into the corner. Wonderful job by Raphael and great game sense.
Love that initiative, not wasting any time. He killed the diffuse planter immediately after it was planted, rushed on into the site, and just was like, all right, well, this is mine. And as we were talking about, Supremacy just collapsed under that Playing Ducks attack because they knew Playing Ducks was exclusively coming from outside the building. What is there to look at? And simply wait for the attackers to push into B. Now Ventilation Room Workshop is going to be the defended site from Playing Ducks, and Supremacy is going to have to try their luck on this attack.
Lackey was inside of lockers and covering that. I'm not quite sure where he had his mind, or where he was distracted, we'll say. But I felt like that coverage, that vertical coverage, should have been in favor of Lackey.
No, absolutely. Whatever the case be, that is the first round on the board for Supremacy. Playing Ducks still in the lead, but they need to push forward a little bit harder as they are defending ventilation now. This is their first attempt at a ventilation defense on this map.
5 seconds
It looks as though we might be seeing some CCTV room coverage from playing Ducks.
Yeah, they're definitely going for a little bit more of a top-down hold to what than what we're expecting, or we're used to seeing. What we saw just the last round was nobody roaming on the top floor, but now playing Ducks are investing 3 people upstairs, at least in the initial phase of the game, or phase of the round. I love these angles from playing Ducks, looking down onto the bomb site. Going to be used later in the round, assuming that Supremacy doesn't try to go for top-down control. They can deny a defuse plant from above. The top-down control is so important, but it also becomes a question of how much is it worth to invest in taking that floor. So as an attacker, you have to think about how much utility the defenders are investing upstairs, and then think about if it's worth you investing X amount of time and X amount of resources into taking that, or if you should just bypass it and go for the defuse plant in the bomb site, try to get, you know, past your few anchors in this case.
And we're gonna have Lackey getting droned out here inside of the bathroom. Bibu already trying to pre-fire it right as his drone got destroyed. Looks like Lackey took a little bit of damage here, and that's gonna force Bibu to again re-engage in this. He's opening up more of the tellers and potentially more in the bathroom. I like this angle here by Renewals. He's going to catch at least the feet, if not the head, of anyone trying to push into the middle atrium area.
Nice angle. May not get the kill, though. Not a lot of things to see. At least will call out a lot of information. Might see it. Oh, he came off the angle at just the wrong moment. Raphael's going to pass by it, but he might see Zephyr. This is such a nice angle. Playing Ducks always finds these angles. This is something that their team is really good at.
Oh, he barely missed the head. Zephyr just dodging. Oh, he's actually peeking on up as well. Yeah, I think he's aware of it.
Dancing with death with Zephyr.
Zephyr is going to, again, move off of this. And the bottom of the east stairs, Renewals is still trying to cover this back and forth. He's got a lot of responsibility up here. And unfortunately, for Supremacy, they aren't taking advantage of everything he's put in task of doing. Now there's 30 seconds left to go. It's a 4-on-5 with the first kill happening onto Bibu, and a trade instantly from Poseidon onto Renewals. Then Zephyr picks up his own kill on 4-on-3. Secretly also goes down. Plants are going to go down by Raphael inside of the smoke.
Bibi's not going to see it.
Bibi cannot tag it. Oh, he did in time, but no, didn't have it. The plant will go down, but Raphael will fall. Now Poseidon does pick up the trade. Last man alive is going to be Meepy in a 1-on-3. Unfortunately here, Meepy's most likely not going to get this. No impact grenades left in his arsenal. It's just going to be him and the UMP-45. He's going to go against Sparks. Misses his target from the bathroom. The glass sniper will come on out from Zephyr. And that's going to be the end of round 4.
A little bit of an oversight there. Those smokes covering the defuse plant. Meepy not going for the pre-fire, and because of that, the defuse plant will go down in default spot. And now Supremacy have evened out the scoreline 2-2. This looks like it's going to be another long map, bringing it into overtime, as both of these teams refuse to allow a decided lead for the other. That attack, I like the way that Supremacy chose to handle that attack. They completely avoided the top stairs control by simply walking on into the site. Using that horizontal game on attack now instead of defense. And that explains why they invest so much time into holding the horizontal game, as they value it so much more in these rounds. Coming from the south side of the building instead of the top. Now, Supremacy, you're going to be defending Armory. And we'll see how Playing Ducks choose to attack onto it. Last time we saw Playing Ducks attack this bomb site, they came from the offices. But wait, no, they didn't. Then they rotated around in a very, very well-timed adaptation and went straight for the A wall. Really like the way they handled that.
Yeah, I mean, like you had mentioned when it happened, it seemed almost as if it was planned. But I think they just basically had as good as communication as we've seen other teams have, like Penta, where they've gone through instantaneous rotations and contingency plans. Don't necessarily think it was a fake that took 2 minutes of the round. It may have been, but to me it felt like it was just very good adaptations, very good in-game leadership from Playing Ducks. Now late wall's going to get opened up on from Poseidon. It'll mirror a window there from the west balcony. Looks as though Playing Ducks again is going to probe this push into the CCTV room, waiting to see what kind of force they're going to be going up against. Bibu and Zephyr are both inside, as Spark is going to be inside of the lockers, looking through that west balcony by half wall towards the west outside balcony.
This is a difficult challenge here for Playing Ducks. Bibu is going to be in a great position using his pulse sensor, but he might get cut off by Renewals here, playing for the long angle all the way to the south balcony door.
Bibu's going to go for this push here. He saw secretly out there, but he also knows that there's probably someone on the doorway, in which case this is Renewals with the glass. One shot from Renewals and he will go down because he's already hurt to about 60 health. The thing he's got going for him, though, is going to be the fact, oh, a wonderful SMG-11 shot there by Meepy. Looks like Zephyr was able to get one before he gets traded down. Meepy tagging on 2 kills.
Playing Ducks with a good clear of the CCTV, only losing a Habana, but the Habana is incredibly important in this take. We'll see where they choose to go from here. They have gotten rid of that CCTV pressure, but they also have a half unreinforced wall into the A bomb site that Spark is going to be playing aggressive on with that mirror window.
Yes, ultimately, with that Habana taken out of commission, she will not be able to open up the mirror window. It means we are most likely going to see a rotation over towards the east balcony, away from CCTV. They're going to go into office, just like the opposite of what they tried doing before. Now the wall has been opened up. There's no one by Sandwich, and so we are going to see Supremacy. That's Raphael here we're seeing in Fountain. Hold down the majority of the next 30 seconds as Playing Ducks tries to push in.
Interesting rotation from Playing Ducks to try to come off of that CCTV and pressure onto offices now. They've got to deal with a whole nother layer of defense.
Looks as though Poseidon sweeps on the kill there to Secretly, and he will go down. That's going to be the Thatcher. He popped in through the window. Right on the other side of the mirror window is going to be, that looks like Meepy. Fighting with fire over here as Raphael sees him, but just cannot actually engage.
Only 20 seconds to go, and the
they don't know
down.
Raphael. They don't know Raphael is here, so Raphael's going to snag on one. He saw Renewals. He's going to go for another, but he ran out of bullets, and he will be taken out of commission inside of Fountain. Last man alive is going to be Sparks in a 2-on-1. Spark has cornered himself here inside of the archives. They have to make this push. Looks as though we are going to see Snookin moving forward, and Spark actually grabs a double kill. He's going to remove Renewals and Snookin. Grab this clutch of a round. Supremacy will go up 3-2.
A little bit of probably a bad call there, honestly, from Playing Ducks to rotate off that A take, go for those offices, push themselves into an extra layer of defense and have to go into the grinder yet again after they just escaped it, taking control of that CCTV. And because of that, they're going to go up against every single layer of defense they possibly can from Supremacy. And in the end, it all came down to a 2 versus 1. Playing Ducks did manage to push past most of the Supremacy defense, but then ultimately fell to a Bandit holding a hard 90 angle.
Attackers need to locate
and playing it very aggressively at that. I mean, when you know where the last 2 guys are going to be coming from, it's pretty easy for you to play that angle, especially when there's only 5 seconds left to go. So well played to, I believe it was a Spark, right?
I believe so. I felt like, though, I forget who had Diffuser. If the Diffuser was in the hands of Thermite, Thermite could have gone to the corner and planted, and Glaz could have held the angle from Fountain. That would have been the smarter move. Yes,
but they tried to force it out.
There were 7 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever it was when they decided to make the push. The round ended with 4 seconds. But still, I mean, I had called out, go for the push, but I didn't mean both line up for instant headshots.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. They probably should have gone for the defuse plant there, but hindsight's 20/20, and because of that, now Supremacy are going to have their first lead of this particular map. A back and forth match between these 2 teams, neither, again, really allowing the lead to slip away. I'd be surprised, honestly, I'd be surprised if we didn't go to overtime on this map. I'm pretty sure that this is going to go to OT, and it might go to the 11th round.
We do have still plenty of time here as the attackers are going to set up their initial strategy, their initial push. Poseidon, however, did go for the quick jump, but it looks as though he's going to fall off and not actually reach his target.
So he tried to,
that is going to be the risk when you try to make that quick jump.
You can see the spectator zooming in on that there, that he was trying to run off that ledge and go for the north balcony. And it's, you know, it's not the easiest, I mean, it's not the easiest run to make, you know. You have to make sure you're sprinting on the last couple seconds there as you go for the balcony. And because of that, Poseidon's now going to have 50 less HP, and his team is going to have 20 less seconds.
Well, it looks as though a first kill from Snookin onto Spark will take Buck out of commission. I think that was underneath, possibly. That was the window. He hopped into windows of that ventilation unit, and that, unfortunately, for Supremacy will not bode well.
This seems to be the trade back round for Playing Ducks now, as only half the rounds left to go. Supremacy positioning themselves to take onto CCTV and A wall, but they haven't opened the A wall yet. They need to get aggressive with this push right now to give them enough time to actually move themselves into the bomb site. Meanwhile, Playing Ducks is mostly situated around B. It's all down to Snookin, who's going to take out Bibu.
That's going to be a second kill there by Snookin, right onto Bibu. Last 3 alive are going to be inside of CCTV. Zephyr got hit a couple shots in the back shoulder as he moved in forward, and we are going to see this likely going to Playing Ducks' hands.
Yeah, with no walls open right now in 3 versus 5, it'd be difficult for Supremacy to make this comeback happen, but they are going to relocate over to the offices, and this is going to give Meepy a time to shine. And this is what we were talking about earlier. It's like, when you start to pressure on a 1 layer of defense and then you rotate off of that, now you have to deal with just another one. It's not like they disappear.
Ooh, wonderful shot there. Meepy tags 1. Can he tag another? No, Zephyr is 1 bullet away from health, or away from dying. Poseidon's going to try to sweep in, but he got injured off, and we have Snookin and Meepy finishing this off. 3 kills for Snookin, 2 kills for Meepy. It is now tied 3-3.
Good lockout there from Playing Ducks, and unfortunately, the rotation from Supremacy is not going to work into their favor. It really all came down to challenging onto those mirror windows without any way to, well, actually actively challenge them. When you're dealing with a mirror window, was given, whoa, is that a blitz?
It was, and then Meepy decided to break her hearts.
All right, I guess we're going to be seeing a sledge. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, when you challenge onto a mirror window and you don't have any way to get rid of it from below, or just open up the window in general using a twitch drone, whatever, then it is usually almost certainly in favor of the defender. You saw that there was an Ash who went underneath who tried to challenge the mirror window, but unfortunately got taken out by the person playing the mirror window, Snookin. So just a good play there from a Snookin. Is going to put it into 3-3.
Yeah, he also was able to take out the Buck before Buck even had a chance to make a single hole in the wall on the floor.
Yeah, you could see there that, of course, Supremacy was heavily relying on that vertical play from below with the Buck and the Ash both, and just both got taken out before they could actually play vertically. So now, Supremacy defending the ventilation, I believe, and they are going to be investing very heavily into this top floor, same as always. Actually, no, not same as always. Not same as always. This is what Playing Ducks has been doing. Supremacy has been going for that horizontal game. They are now switching things up, going for the vertical game. This is quite interesting that they are going to have this play in their books. This might catch Playing Ducks a little bit off guard.
The one thing they're not doing is they're not going to hold down CCTV. Instead, they're going to opt to keep people inside of lockers and potentially archives with 3 members up top of the defensive squad.
Supremacy all over the place with their defense of the ventilation. I quite like it, though. Gives Playing Ducks a lot more to think about.
Here is going to be Renewals in CCTV, holding down onto the rotation angle onto the wall. Now Spark is close up on the wall of the west balcony, and Rafael is inside of the middle office. So with this, we are going to see most likely this wall stay closed off. I don't know how easily we're going to see Playing Ducks open this up. As I say that, Lackey will actually snag the pellets onto the wall, and it will get opened up, and therefore they have rotated back to the middle of lockers, into that middle office, and we are going to see, I believe that is Bibu going to hold on to the site. No, I'm sorry, Spark is going to stay there. Playing Ducks seems to be in a little bit of a stalemate right now, while some of them drone out and get some further information as to where Supremacy has actually droned out, or has rotated off to. Good bandit charging there. That's going to stop the mirror window from getting opened up, and there's only 1 charge left. Wonderful job. He actually killed off his bandit charge early, saw the EMP going down, snagged the headshot there onto Secretly. Meepy as well is going to have to push in. Lackey as well. There's going to be some grenades getting tossed in. He's blinded, but not enough to stop him. He's going to snag another kill there onto the final 2 members pushing on inside. Meepy and Renewals both go down, as well as Habana. Rafael picks up a double kill. Last man alive is going to be Snookin, and this round will go into the hands of Supremacy after a fabulous hold on the top floor.
You can almost entirely attribute that round to Spark holding down that mirror window and forcing it out with the advanced bandit tricking. Picking up his batteries before they got taken out by the Thatchers. There's two ways to do it. You could shoot your batteries and then put new ones down, or you could just pick up your batteries as you see the Thatcher grenade being thrown. Picking up one's a little bit more dangerous, but it works just as well if you can see the Thatcher grenade be thrown before it hits the ground. And then after that, just immediately start putting it down, and the Hibana charges will be taken out. So that advanced bandit tricking really doing work for Supremacy, and now match point 4-3. Playing Ducks going under the defense of the ventilation room to try and bring it to overtime. If Supremacy win this, we will go to map number 3. If Playing Ducks win this, we will go to overtime, and then if they win in overtime, we will go to, well, that's it. That's Playing Ducks winning 2-0 in this series.
Bombs from being defused by attackers.
Playing Ducks setting themselves up now. Looks like they're going to go for another, similar to what we just saw from Supremacy, heavy vertical control.
So, like you had said, Supremacy kind of changed it up and went for this vertical hold onto the ventilation units, and obviously it worked out for them. I wonder if Playing Ducks will be able to take a little bit, learn a little bit mid-game and use it to their advantage, because Supremacy did a lot of good rotation throughout that last round.
Boarding the door!
Attackers
We'll find out in due course.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
It looks like Playing Ducks are setting themselves up very similarly to how they did previously on this hold. Not a whole lot of changes here. They've got that pulse, and that's Lackey playing underneath the CCTV to try and C4 any of the attackers who choose to go for CCTV. But Zephyr's going to open up this wall into customs. That's going to push Lackey off that angle, which means he won't be able to C4 guys coming into the top floor anymore. Yeah, he's going to be totally forced off. Good play there from Supremacy to read that position from Lackey and just say, nope, no, you go away now. I like that. Now Poseidon has taken control over the supply room, and he's going to open up this small little hole. That's going to give him actually a lot of control. He's also going to have control over the main hallway. Supremacy really putting a lot of prongs into the defense of Playing Ducks here, poking one little hole after another. And it might actually start to force the Playing Ducks defense to crumble. I
mean, we talked about this before. Supremacy's going for this horizontal push and the attacking side onto the site, and they're putting no effort in trying to stop some of the defenders upstairs. They've actually used their Hibana pellets instead of opening up the wall on the top floor into the lockers. They've used them there into the supply closet.
So Renewal's read into this take into supply closet that we saw Poseidon do last round, and he tried to open up holes above, but unfortunately it's not going to work out for him. I like that read, but he missed the shot.
Attackers have located the bomb.
Castle's going to be above Bibu right now, but cannot find the angle yet, as Bibu's only just opened up the wall into the site.
Now there's still time here for defenders to get back onto site, or at least start flanking around, but I think, seeing as how they have this top floor control, they're looks like a good gas grenade is going to force Bibu out of position out of the bathroom. But with these holes that are open inside of the floor and the ceiling above, it's going to allow them the key angles to stop, but it's all up to Playing Ducks to make sure that they don't get the plant down.
It's so dangerous though, because Playing Ducks doesn't have full vision, and Supremacy last time they just walked in and got the defuse plant with one smoke grenade. That was all it took.
There it is. Now Rafael's going to go to try to get this plant down. Oh, a wonderful shot by Bibu. Taps the head there of Snookin. Another shot from above. Castle's going to get the trade there, and it looks like plant might go down. No, Rafael's going to try to opt to go back upstairs, and it looks as though Zephyr gets the trade, gets the cover there, taken out secretly. A 3-on-4, 30 seconds left to go. Lackey's going to move on over.
Oh, what a shot from Lackey.
A wonderful shot there in the glass. Looks like another pop shot's going to come on through. Pulse will go down. Spark gets that L85 kill. It's a 2-on-3 now, with the Renewals and Meepy last two alive here. They're going to be upstairs. Looks like Meepy actually down here. He's going to be inside of the middle corridor. Spark took his head off, and wonderful shot. Renewals now drops on over, and it looks as though Spark gets another kill. Attacker's going to win this round. Supremacy wins map number 2. We are going to head into our third and final map, and I believe it's going to be on Chalet.
What a job there by Supremacy to not get eliminated immediately and bring it to that third map. I like the way they handled that attack. They pushed in through the main door in the main hallway, same as usual. And they also had somebody inside the bathroom to establish a crossfire on anyone who's going to be coming from the B bomb site. So not only are they nullifying the upstairs control by just looking up, but also they have control over the B bomb site by looking for the far angle using that glass. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that map.
So here, this was Spark. He was just unable to get renewals, and he just popped it over, got a wonderful shot. Now, this whole distraction all happened on that round, and we had the defender actually able to get a sneak destruction of the diffuser in.
I think basically, to be honest, I think the reason you can really say that Playing Ducks lost that map is honestly their defense of the ventilation. It didn't work for them. The top-down thing that they were doing with those holes, it's really crafty. I like it. It's so Playing Ducks. It screams Playing Ducks. They're so good at these, you know, really different holds. But Supremacy just kind of walked around the holes and ended up getting the defuse plant every time that it was on that particular floor. So I would have liked to have seen just a hard hold against the Supremacy attack coming from the horizontal instead of trying to hold from above.
I think so as well, and I think Supremacy did a fabulous job of changing up their defense as well as their offense onto that ventilation. I mean, the offense, yes, they did horizontal both times, but the defense of it, they did horizontal the first time, kept off of sight for the majority of, then they went the top side and they just demolished the attacking force. So I think Supremacy just knows that ventilation unit a lot better than Playing Ducks do.
Oh, clearly, clearly.
So we are going to get underway with our third and final map of this series momentarily, but first, I mean, with these two teams, let's reiterate the importance of this game, with the importance of this matchup, of this series. We know 3 members going into the playoffs, 3 teams going into the playoffs. It's Penta, ENT, as well as Millennium. The fourth and final team making it into the playoffs is going to be one of these 2 teams. It's either going to be Supremacy or it's going to be Playing Ducks, and that is what the winner of this game will be so lucky enough to have.
Yeah, and it's quite a position to be fighting for. I mean, the competition in this season is higher than it's ever been in Rainbow Six history, and we've talked about it before. I mean, each and every one of these seasons gets more and more competitive as to what we've had in the past. I mean, the last season was just a mind-bogglingly competitive, and it has to do with the format, but also the teams getting better.
Yeah, I agree with you, and we've talked about it before. The setup of how this series is, or how this league is now, is leaps and bounds beyond what it used to be. I mean, it used to be
there was no pressure to win maps.
It was an 8-team round robin type of setup. And yes, it's awesome to see every team play every team. Takes 8 weeks to do,
but no pressure.
That point system is okay. I lose a game, whatever. We'll get it. We'll earn those points later on.
I mean, when it was season 2, I think it was, yeah, season 2, my team had a almost flawless season. We lost 1 round to Flipside.
Yep.
We lost 1 single map to Flipside, and it didn't feel like the pressure was really, it didn't feel like teams were really putting in a lot of effort to win that match against us. And it has to do with the mentality thing, because at the time, everyone was like, oh, we can't beat Orbit, like they're the dominant team, we just take our losses and move on to the next match.
I don't know about that. I mean,
no, I actually talked to a lot of the teams after we played them.
You. I mean, so we played you. We went 6-4, 6-4 on both of our maps. I think it was House and I want to say Hereford were our 2 maps.
Yeah, but there were a lot of circumstances where teams would just forfeit maps, and the way that we have it right now, you can't do that. You cannot do that. If you forfeit a map, if you forfeit any round in the best of 3, then you're going to get eliminated from the Pro League really
Pretty
fast.
Much. I do like the fact that it is also a best of 3 and not just 2 maps and you're getting a point system. Like we said, the way it is now is if you win your both best of 3 series, you're guaranteed to get in the playoffs. You lose both of them, you're guaranteed to get out of the playoffs. You lose 1 and you win 1, then you're into the decider match, which is what today is all about.
Yeah.
So with that is going to be how the bracket system works and how this league works. And again, it's a group stage. So the top 2 teams from Group A, top 2 teams from Group B make it to the playoffs. Now our third map is going to be on Chalet, and we haven't necessarily seen, other than Coastline, we'll say. Coastline being the map that we've seen the most bomb site variation on. We haven't seen variation on the bomb sites for Border. I don't anticipate some variation on the bomb sites for Chalet. We have seen other teams do that, but I don't necessarily see these 2 teams yet.
Yeah, we've seen on Chalet, the Bar, the Master, and it's been actually quite successful when we've seen them played. But when it comes to Playing Ducks Supremacy, maybe something out of Supremacy, I don't imagine out of Playing Ducks. I think Playing Ducks is going to stick to the same old because it's what's worked for them in the past, and I think moving forward it will work for them just fine.
If we do see any variation in the bomb sites, I think it's going to be Supremacy in the bar and gaming room, because that site has been used successfully during the Xbox Pro League a few seasons ago. And I think Supremacy, if they are looking to change it up, if they are looking to have a pocket strat, they're going to use some of that meta. They're going to use some of the information gathered through going through that bomb site and bring that here on Chalet. Speaking of that, let's move on into our game, because it is time for that third and final map in this best-of-3 series. We're going to start here on Chalet. Round number 1's about to get underway with operator selections happening right at this very moment. Let's head in and see Supremacy on defense, Playing Ducks on offense.
Wine Cellar first here for Supremacy. A little bit different, but understandable. You're going to have to defend Wine Cellar and Trophy both, so may as well go to Wine Cellar first. What does it really matter which you prefer? No big surprises when it comes to operator selection on either team. No Thermite, though, for Playing Ducks, which means that they will be slowed down quite significantly going into this Wine Cellar take. Having that Thermite-Hibana combination allows for a lot more opportunities, but because they only have the Hibana, they are going to be quite limited. It might be that they were expecting a Trophy Room defense, which stands to reason, as Trophy Room is usually the first defended bomb site.
Now, it's either they were expecting that, or they know Supremacy well enough that their Supremacy is looking to open up some of the Wine Cellar wall, kind of do that cubby hole that they rotate through. And if that's the case, that's just as good as bringing a Thermite to open that up. And they would just be pushing in through big garage and external stairs. Now, we are going to see a Trophy Room hold here by Supremacy. We're going to move into, Bibu's going to stay stationary in here. At least it looks as though they might be trying to. Spark and Bibu both holding into Kitchen and Trophy.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers
this is going to be good roamer presence, assuming that Playing Ducks attempts to take from the Wine Cellar. If it's a Wine Cellar take, then they need to take Trophy control first to deny the roamers coming from behind. And they have spawned for such take, but again, they don't have that Thermite. Wonder if the closet is open.
Now, Renewal just did a wonderful tactic there that's opening up the kitchen wall to stop the rotation around, which means they have now made Bibu basically huddled into this corner. He's actually going to go for an aggressive peek as he falls through the hatch, picks up that kill on a Meepy, but is downed in the process. And I don't know, they are going to drone him out here, so he will be picked off. Looks like potentially by Renewal shooting through the garage door. Oh, there it is. Secret will take him out of commission. A 4-on-4 now. A good trade, though, taking out the Buck, who does a lot of vertical destruction.
Spark still playing in that dining, going to be challenging on to Secretly in a moment. Will win the fight. Nice kill there by Spark. Take it out Secretly. And now a 4-on-3. Plenty of time for the attackers left, and Delaki's going to be the next to challenge on to Spark, and he will go down. Nice double kill here from Spark, playing all the way from dining table. The attackers challenging onto him full frontal, will not be able to come out on top. And he will rotate back down into the Wine Cellar. That's a smart play there, not wasting too much more time upstairs. And that's going to leave Playing Ducks guessing here at this dining table.
You can see that Snookin is going in blind. He doesn't know, he doesn't have someone droning out for him, and that's not necessarily going to be viable because there's only 2 members left, Snookin and Renewals.
Yeah, this attack is basically already lost. I mean, they've spent so much time and energy and resources trying to figure out if there's anyone roaming in Trophy, if there's anyone roaming in dining table, and they've lost so many people to, well, hey, yeah, those roamers, then now they don't really have a lot of chances to make the push happen.
Spark is going to go back upstairs. He's going to try to rotate around, get the shots from downtown, but he will miss as Snookin looks on up for the cover.
Unless, of course, Supremacy give them said chances. Like that. Now, Playing Ducks evening it out somewhat, but only 30 seconds to go.
Knock, knock.
It looks like they are going to try to push in through the B site, and it's going to be up to Renewals. If Renewals cannot get these shots down, and unfortunately will not go into the hands of P-Ducks. There's still not too much time, still about 20 seconds left to go, but unfortunately, I think Renewals will have met his match. Rafael's going to look into the drop hatch. Snookin's going to fall, be picked off. That's also Diffuser who's fallen. Looks like Rafael's going to be in connector, but the shots from Poseidon come sweeping on from Garage, and that will be the end of round number 1, going to Supremacy.
Supremacy with a great defense here on the basement. What happened there? Playing Ducks challenged onto the roamers and lost. And then after they lost to said roamers, the roamers defaulted back to the site. Well, the singular roamer defaulted back to the site as Biba was taken out after getting the first kill, I believe. So really good roam there from Spark to get that double kill in the dining table, and then also have the good conscience to fall back instead of try to hold for extra time.
He then later on went to go rotate back upstairs, I think through the back stairwell.
Yeah, a little bit of a risk.
To try to re-challenge, and he ended up losing that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a risk and probably not the best choice there, but it was calculated based upon the fact that even if he had died, his team would still have the man advantage, and they did. So
now, I had expected Supremacy to go here, but Playing Ducks is going to be the team to go to bar and gaming room.
Well, Playing Ducks is also a team that does bring us to new things, show us new stuff on the stream. So I think that it stands to reason that they are going to be going here. But I completely agree with you. I would have expected Supremacy to be the one.
5 seconds to go.
We'll see how it works for Playing Ducks. Interestingly, they're not going to open up the drop down. They're actually going to open up holes around the drop down instead, so that they can use that drop down as a position to play on. They might open up later, of course, for rotation, but using the holes just initially gives them much more maneuverability inside Library. And we've talked about this before, how important Library is as a thing you have to hold, basically.
Can he tap the head here secretly? He's going
a little
for
too
it,
high.
But he missed it.
Yeah, so you have to hold Library as a defender in order to hold gaming room. It's basically essential. And it's interesting that we're only seeing secretly one player dedicated to that Library. That's very dangerous. If secretly goes down, then we will likely see Supremacy take the round, assuming, of course, Supremacy doesn't lose 3 players trying to get him out of the picture. We'll see.
Now we have Lackey calling out how many players are out here by the front lobby or the back lobby of Fireplace. Poseidon's being spotted out there by the ladder of Office, and so is another member. I think that's going to be Thatcher Bibu. Now what they could also do potentially is throw a balcony camera by the drone. But instead we are going to see a push. Oh, there's Jaeger. He's not able to see it. I was going to say he might be able to see the pellets from Habana, but unfortunately that won't work. Now Spark is going to go up to the balcony. Looks like Bibu gets injured. I think that was, yes, Bibu was injured. However, Meepy tags the shots there onto Spark as he got on up the ladder. A wonderful crossfire, wonderful job there.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be another one of those overtime maps between these two teams. We have seen 2 overtimes so far, and just the constant trade backs here.
Now Bibu will get picked up there by the bottom of the ladder where he was downed earlier by Meepy.
It's still a really good start there for Playing Ducks, though, as they have a lot of HP off of Supremacy side, as well as a no Blackbeard to worry about. Interesting that Blackbeard went up onto that balcony without actually focusing on this on the office door, knowing that or knowing that it had been cleared out. You generally have one of your teammates guarantee you that office is clear before you even get on top of that balcony when you're on attack. Because of that oversight, Spark will be off the board, and only 45 seconds left to go, but Supremacy will get a kill, a trade back onto Meepy. Nice angle there from Zephyr through the stairway.
35 seconds left. Lackey is going to be inside of the Fireplace dining room connector as some more Habana pellets go out and try to open up the mirror window. There's a little angle that Zephyr was able to pick off the shots there onto Snook, and a 4-on-2 now with Secretly in Renewals. Last 2 alive with Bibu comes back to life and able to take out Lackey. Diffuser will get planted there right up against the reinforced wall, right over the mirror window. And forcefully, we see Bibu being taken out of commission by Secretly. A 3-on-2 still, 3-on-1. Now as Secretly's last man alive, he's going to be top 4. Looks for the shots onto Zephyr. Finally gets him at the back stairwell, but now he still has 2 left to go. It's going to be Raphael and Poseidon. Now the drop hatch is not opened up, so he's going to have to either go for the shots underneath or from above. He's going to grab one. He's now going to hop out of the balcony here, to go for the shots there onto Poseidon, or he's going to drop into the bar, and he will do that.
Secretly with low HP, gonna go into 1v1 versus Poseidon, going for this clutch.
Now this is a perfect shot. Poseidon, even if he gets taken out, he's not gonna have enough time, so he's gonna go here. 3, 2, 1, goes for the peek and gets the shot. Wonderful job by Poseidon, and round 2 will go to Supremacy.
Supremacy managing to extend their lead, although albeit narrowly. Almost a Playing Ducks victory there. Great rotation off of the main lobby all the way around to the gaming room to get that defuse plan. And now we're going to be seeing Playing Ducks back on attack and a kitchen trophy defense from Supremacy. Supremacy is able to go to the kitchen trophy as they opted to go for a basement defense first round instead of kitchen trophy, which is, again, a little bit different than what we're used to seeing on this map. Although, bar gaming room defense is also a little bit different than what we're used to seeing on this map.
As many bombs as they can.
So we are going to see a standard set of operators being chosen by both sides here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Again, Playing Ducks is going to go with just the Hibana, which they did previously, and I think this is the anticipated bomb site they were expecting.
Supremacy has 2 team aces, all two kills and 2 rounds won, so 2 team aces.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to
Now, what we're seeing here for this kitchen trophy hold is going to be a heavy investment in the top of it, trying to make sure that they cannot get that oversight, that vertical advantage.
You don't often see this from teams anymore. It was done quite a lot in previous seasons, but it's been kind of rotated off of this heavy investment into the top floor. As you basically, in the end, are going to be forfeiting the control to the attackers anyway. But it might be the case that we see Supremacy hard hold it, because we did see the Supremacy do that when they were defending ventilations on border previously. They hard held in the top floor of Armory when they were holding a ventilation, and instead of rotating off, defaulting back to the site, as we so often see.
I would say that would be viable if Trophy had a destructible ceiling, but it doesn't, and you can't necessarily cover Trophy from above. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be a hard hold. I mean, it might.
Maybe you could just play somebody in Trophy and they stare at the B window. That's the equivalent of holding the B bomb site, and it doesn't look like we're seeing Playing Ducks pressure onto Trophy right now. They're mostly going for this top-down control. Secretly's going to take out Spark, and Lackey's going to kill off Bibu. So this defense is being picked apart one piece at a time. This top-down hold really not working so far for Supremacy.
Wonderful shot there. I think that was by Lackey right there on the
trade.
Zephyr. Wonderful trade, even. Yeah, you're right.
That was an impressive shot from both of them.
4 on 2. Lackey being the only member from Playing Ducks taken out. You still have 4 of them ready to go. Rafael trying to come up for a flank around the back stairwell, being very cautious, but I think we're going to have Renewal trying to hold down the cover. He's going to get his drone here. And it looks as though Rafael will take off the head there secretly before anyone else even spotted him out. They now know that one's off site, one's going to be inside a trophy. And Rafael's still going to play back on the back stairwell.
So Supremacy at the man disadvantage, but only 52 seconds to go, and they have the control that they really need here. It's going to be down to Poseidon denying that drop down from the Masters. It seems like that's where Playing Ducks is going to be applying a lot of their pressure. BP's gone to the B window, and he's going to look to push into the B bomb site, but that's giving Poseidon multiple things to work on.
Rafael trying to hop out of the main stairwell, the staircase outside. Sweeps that kill up on the Bug. Renewals is going to drop as well as Snookin. Gas grenade is going to come out. That's going to force Renewals to stay inside. The push from Snookin comes on forward. Poseidon will fall as Snookin. I'm sorry, we've got Rafael needs to find a way back onto site, but unfortunately, it's going to be a tough one. Diffuser will get planted. There's 15 seconds, now 45 seconds left in the round. And Rafael realizes, I need to get here. I need to get back onto site. We're going to see Rafael still up top. He's going to look for a couple angles first, but we know Playing Ducks are not going to expose themselves to this drop. Instead, they're going to watch it. That is exactly what Renewals is looking at right now from the back of Trophy. He's giving away his position. That's a guaranteed spot. They're going to go for the shots there. Renewals, prone as he may be, and the back of Trophy looks at that expected jump out, and he will tag the kill down. It's now going to be Playing Ducks securing round 3. It's 2-1 in favor of Supremacy.
First round on the board for Playing Ducks. Well done on that execution. Really not, kind of just shrugging off that top floor hold and just taking it full force against Playing Ducks, and then Playing Ducks didn't have the man advantage that they needed to hold the site. You also saw the smoke inside of the B bomb site rely a little bit too heavily on his smoke canisters or gas canisters instead of just holding against the people who were dropping into kitchen. It was a nice roam, though, from the Bandit to try and bring it back. Now we're going to be seeing Playing Ducks defending the basement in that wine cellar snowmobile garage.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Supremacy looking like they're going to be setting themselves up for an attack into the wine cellar, possibly, based on those drones. No big surprises in operator selection here.
Yeah, there's nothing too big happening at the moment. I mean, a lot of the reinforcements seem standard. The one that is a little bit different here, and it's not too much of a different one, but is where Snookin is reinforcing. Typically, we see the right side of the wall reinforced by the wine cellar closet. Instead, we're going to see the left side, and I think what this is going to allow him to do is if that drop hatch above the wine cellar gets opened up, we'll see Snookin be able to actually contest that as opposed to simply just looking at it.
Now the attack is going underway, and yes, it will be a wine cellar attack, as that is where Supremacy has primarily spawned. They're going to establish control over trophy here, as you can see, and then once they have control over trophy, push into dining, maintain control over west, and once they have that, then they have flank hold. They don't have to worry about Meepy coming from behind, assuming they win that fight. And then they'll just open up the A walls, the closet and the main wall both, and get a crossfire, get the defuse plant, hopefully for them.
Now we don't see too many, I was going to say we don't see too many roamers, but it's actually a 3-2 split, where 1-2-2 split. You've got renewals all the way at the top. I believe we saw Meepy and Lackey on the main floor, and then Secretly and Snookin going to be the two men on site downstairs all the way at the bottom.
Having Spark invested in the top floor is going to actually take a lot of pushing power away from the attack down in the basement. Now Blackbeard does offer a lot to his team. It does seem like Supremacy want to clear out the roam game in its entirety, as they have positioned quite a lot of people to deny it. No, sorry. Does just basically Spark holding above. Oh, they're going to rotate. We're going to see Playing Ducks rotate over to the bathroom. Might catch Spark off guard, as they will not be detected.
That is what the double, oh, a wonderful job. Meepy learning and able to just run away, knowing that the 3-speed can get across that balcony without being detected. He will take down Sparks. Now there's a minute 10 left to go. Top floor control is in the hands of 2 members of the defensive squad, 3 members of the defensive squad. Now that Lackey's also up here. Poseidon will be inside a trophy.
Yeah, not only did the attackers then lose a lot of power, pushing power into the site with that Blackbeard not being in the wine cellar, but now they've lost the flank hold. So this is a lot of pressure now on Supremacy to make this execution happen, as they're going to have to worry about flankers.
Now
100%.
Lackey also picking up a kill here, as well as Meepy gets traded down though by Zephyr. Poseidon's going to feel a couple bullets here coming in from renewals, and he'll be re-peek that hallway. It will go down there in favor of Poseidon. Lackey though will tag one here onto Zephyr. 1 on 3, 30 seconds left to go. Lackey's still going to be up here, but Poseidon doesn't hear it. Wonderful, wonderful job here, as Lackey just peeks on up, sees Poseidon, goes for some shots. The re-peek's gonna happen. Lackey will get out on top. Poseidon falls, and round number 4 will go in the hands of Playing Ducks. It's 2-2.
Again, gonna be one of those maps, same as every other one. Neither of these teams want to give up on this. I mean, this match is so very important, but neither of these teams will just allow the other one to slip away with a lead. And it's honestly, it's so back and forth. It's so hard to call, like, who's going to be winning these rounds. Playing Ducks won that round almost exclusively because of that run across the building from Meepy, denying that flank hold from the Blackbeard. As soon as they had control over the flank, they could just start picking apart the attackers one by one, and that's exactly what happened. Now Supremacy going to be going into their own basement hold downstairs, and Playing Ducks back onto attack of the basement.
Now it looks like we are going to be seeing again a pretty quote-unquote standard reinforcement defensive hold. We're not seeing anything exaggerated like we saw previously with the kitchen and trophy hold that we saw Beaver and Spark try to do last time.
5 seconds to insertion. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
of preparation happening here by Spark as we get underway in the 5th action phase of this map.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
West lobby being opened up there by Renewals, and just an attempt to cut off the rotation for the defenders. Also, a good way to try and establish control over the kitchen. Though if there is a defender playing hardened trophy, which there is not, it likely wouldn't have done much.
I like how Supremacy has different defensive roam games or roam tactics for this same bomb site, because typically what we'll see is this, if it's site A, you're going to be setting up your defense the exact same way. Your roam game is going to be set up the exact same way. And that's not what Supremacy is showing us. They're showing us that, yes, the bomb site might be the same, but the rotations and the way they're going to have their roamers communicate and work together and coordinate are different. And that's what's going to throw off the game, especially here on Chalet, where the roam game is one of the most pivoting factors, one of the most important factors for a team to win.
Changing mags.
Bomb located by attackers.
The Spark is still going to be sitting here in this library hallway looking in. He saw the window get opened up on the balcony, but that's also going to be a little bit of a distraction by Secretly.
Playing Ducks, really putting a lot of work into clearing out the roamers. Well, not clearing them out, but containing the roamers to the west side of the building before they go for their actual wine cellar attack.
Oh, a good Valkyrie camera. Going to spot Lackey.
Oh, I like this camera.
Love that camera. Now, Bibu's going to be moving in forward. He knows Lackey is on his cam. Oh, actually, now Lackey's off, so it could be a little bit of a misperception.
He's hopefully got a teammate looking at that cam for him, but no, he's going to go for the push and the pre-fire.
Oh, that was the communication. He knew that was one. He's going to tag another, get traded out by Meepy. Wonderful job by Bibu. That was basically round saved almost here. Now, there are 35 seconds left to go, but with that double kill by Bibu, that's going to leave man count in favor of Supremacy.
And more importantly, the diffuser has been denied outright being planted in that default spot. It's going to be planted now by Meepy, and it doesn't look like Supremacy have anything else to do to stop it.
Forward. He's going to be right above the drop hatch. Will he see him? He's going to peek that from above. He grabs it, but not in time. The diffuser will be planted. Drops on over, looks for Glass, and does not see it. Renewals also doesn't see him, who moved on over. Tags his booty, missed it. And we will have the shots land on down. Poseidon picking up the kill there. And Supremacy walks away with a victory on round number 5. It's 3-2.
Playing Ducks put so much time into containing the roamers before going for that actual site push, and they did a pretty good job of it, but unfortunately, due to that Valkyrie camera, Bibu was allowed to rush in, deny the flank hold with a fantastic pre-fire, and then right after deny the very first attempt at the defuse plant. Then at that point, Playing Ducks had such a man disadvantage that it really just came down to Supremacy rushing on to Playing Ducks and getting the kills, locking out the round. Now we're going to see Playing Ducks defending the the gaming room bar yet again. They were unsuccessful here the first time, if I recall. Yes, and they are going to try to make it happen this time. They're really determined to make this work. We've seen bar and gaming work a couple times before in the past, but I don't know. It's a difficult site, especially when you're going up against a team like Supremacy. The last time read it pretty well, read the defense pretty well.
Yeah, you can see what Renewals did right there. He got droned out, placing his camera on the right side of that bush. So after he killed the drone, he picks back up, moves it over to the left side, giving it a little bit of a different hidden tactic. And hopefully that will stand the test of time during this round. Now, I think that was Pulse. Lackey was inside of the corner of dining. He's actually inside a kitchen at the moment. What I'd like to having was when he was tucked away inside of dining, he had an angle from the corner of that hallway in through the kitchen into the window of the trophy room, which was a unique angle that we don't see too much.
Lackey's just waiting, nice and patient-like, for Spark to push his way in through that balcony so he can get the C4 from underneath. And you can see again, Playing Ducks roaming so heavily on this north side of the building towards the dining room and trophy. But doesn't look like Supremacy is going to stress it too much. They might just go for the same attack they went for last time. They pressured a lot onto the main lobby, opened up those walls in a bar, and then they rotated around and went for gaming room to get the actual bomb or diffuser plant. Looks like that's exactly what's going to be happening. As you can see, Raphael droning out gaming room before he rotates over there. Go for that plant.
Looks like one mirror window will get opened up. Snookin actually playing on the other side of the windows that he placed, and therefore he's going to have a little bit of a blind side at the moment. Poseidon and the rest of Supremacy looking like they're moving away from the snowmobile garage. They're going to force their way over towards gaming room, potentially collapsing on Snookin. Oh, Zephyr, he's on camera right now. He doesn't realize that there's two members from Playing Ducks coming up behind him. He gets off cam, goes up the fireplace stairs, and it looks as though Lackey hears him, but they just will not get him just yet. Zephyr still on the stairwell, and fortunately, under the grace of time, he just navigated away in the nick of time. However, he looks on down, sees Renewal, taps him on the shoulder, says back on up, and therefore we will see him move away. 35 seconds left to go, a 4-on-5.
The same attack has come out from Supremacy so far, but this time we see Playing Ducks have not such a man disadvantage, although 2 kills from Supremacy is going to change that. Lackey secretly going down. It's now a 2-on-5, 19 seconds to go.
There's only 2 members of the defensive squad left. Meepy's going to jump on out. He hops on in. Diffuser has not been planted just yet. And it looks like a headshot there will land on a Zephyr. Another one here. It's going to be 2-on-2, now 1-on-2. Renewal's going to be the last man alive. Diffuser has been planted inside of the bar. With Sparks inside the bar, or sorry, Raphael inside the bar, Sparks above. It's likely that Renewals will only be able to snag on 1 kill. However, if Raphael has anything to say about it, which he does, we will see him pop the headshot there. And that will be round number 6. I'm sorry, round 7, I believe, in the favor of Supremacy.
Whatever the case be, it's going to put them on to match point, and we are going to a 4-rounds-to-2 lead in favor of Supremacy. This is, by the way, the 3rd and final map of this best-of-3, deciding whether or you're going to be going into the playoffs or whether you're going to be going into the relegations for next season.
So like we said, this is match point, this is series point, this is playoff point for Supremacy. They win this defensive hold, we're going to see them head into the playoffs to fight against ENCE Esports in the first round of the playoffs.
Last time that we had Supremacy defending this site, I think they were unsuccessful, but they had a really good show of it. Almost managed to bring it back. It ended itself in a 2 versus 2, and Playing Ducks managed to clutch it out with some control over the trophy window, dropping through that master drop down. Supremacy, yet again, is going to invest quite a lot of utility upstairs, similar to how they did last time, but last time, again, unsuccessful. This was probably the total downfall of Supremacy's hold as a whole, is that they lost so many people upstairs without making any work happen.
I like the drone we just saw by Snookin. Snookin's drone actually was on top of the Eagle Rock, whatever you want to call it there, the Campfire Wood Rock, and that actually spotted out the Valkyrie camera. He got tagged down a lot. He's down to about 35 health.
Good job there to Snookin, capitalizing on that potential health off of the Valkyrie. Now, how are we going to see Playing Ducks try to bring this back? Supremacy has 2 rounds here to deny overtime and just walk away with the win. Which means that Playing Ducks has 2 rounds of pressure that they have to put up with here. And secretly is going to start us off with a kill onto Raphael as Raphael peeks aggressively on the master window. He will work to his disadvantage, as a matter of fact, because secretly he's got great reactions, as it turns out. The grenade to cover the ladder climb from secretly will. Oh, secretly!
Good wall bang there on a Spark. That's going to be secretly downing him. Doesn't quite know it quite yet, but he doesn't have the ability to get picked back unless he's going to be putting himself at a disadvantage. Now, Meepy realizes, okay, I'm going to keep a hold on this hallway. I'm going to keep an eye on the balcony here. Pushes on in. They know that someone's on L. Will he be spotted and finished off here? Poseidon will be inside a trophy, though. And we're going to see Bibu underneath inside of the gaming room hallway, moving over towards bar as Zephyr peeks around from the great room stairs.
Yet again, you can very clearly see that Supremacy's upstairs hold is just not working out for them. This is an example of a strategy that another team has just full understanding of and is countering hard. Supremacy's done this twice, and it's always put them at the man disadvantage early on without really benefiting them at all. It has wasted a lot of time, arguably, but at the same time, I mean, Playing Ducks is not a player down, and they still have enough to make this attack happen.
A bomb has been located.
You can see the havoc that Meepy is reaping on top of this master bedroom down onto the kitchen, forcing away many of the angles that Supremacy would probably want to hold on to.
Zephyr is getting aggressive on these west lobby stairs, and it's because he needs to get the refrags. If it comes to a collapse, Playing Ducks will absolutely come out on top here.
Now, I think Zephyr saw that, so right now he's just going to stay inside a jungle and wait it out. There's 25 seconds left to go. There's still 5 members from Playing Ducks. Now, if Supremacy can hold off this attacking push, they will secure this series. First gas grenade is going to go out. He's got 2 more. Wonderful job there that he's able to secure all of them. Now, Zephyr and Bibu need to push on in. Looks like some drops inside the kitchen. Bibu and Zephyr both going to tag some shots down, but the attackers are going to sweep in. Snookin, Meepy, and Secretly, each tagging a kill of their own. Playing Ducks will secure this round. Round number 7 is now under wraps. We have 4-3 in favor of Supremacy.
So, we are going to be having a rehost at this 4-3 junction here. What happened in that last round was yet again Supremacy invested too much upstairs. And after Playing Ducks took control of the top floor, it was a simple matter of collapsing on into the site with such a man advantage that it wouldn't even matter if they lost to someone here or there. I mean, 3-5, it's going to go in the favor of the 5. And it really begs the question is, will Supremacy be able to adapt next time they go to that bomb site? Learn that, okay, we really, really should not be putting this upstairs hold because it's just clearly Playing Ducks can read into it and they know how to counter it.
They know how to counter it, but they also are struggling at on a different bomb site. They're struggling on holding onto that bar in gaming room, which we saw twice.
That is equally true. I mean, it's a case of both of these teams not really reading into their defensive deficiencies, and on the other hand, really good counters from the other team. We saw from Supremacy the way that they countered Playing Ducks' hold of that bar is pushing the defenders off of the bar via the lobby into the gaming room, then coming from the gaming room and collapsing onto said players. And then we did see the first time we saw that collapse work and it picked off a couple people. The second time it pushed the Playing Ducks players into the hallway between the bar and the gaming room, and that was fine. I mean, it still gave Supremacy a lot of control. And I like the way the Supremacy is doing that because normally you cannot win. It's supposedly you cannot win an attack on bar gaming without taking control over library. And Supremacy is kind of just avoiding that. And I like the way that they're doing it. When it comes to the top-down take from Playing Ducks on that trophy hold out of Supremacy, it really just comes down to the case that Supremacy is playing super exposed upstairs and going for those aggressive peaks, and it's just not working for them. And it hasn't worked for them yet. So
we've seen a few tactics that have been successful, not from Supremacy today, but a few tactics of holding that upstairs location when the site is inside a kitchen and dining. Those typically are including a castle barricade on the door to master bedroom and rotating over to bathroom and allowing that to basically be your rotation, be your cover. You basically stay out of master until it's time to basically push in and push off the balcony. But for the most part, we're not seeing that. We're seeing a different variation of that top floor hold from Supremacy, and it's just not working out for them.
And well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting back into the match. Thank you so much for your patience. Yet again, it is going to be a 3-4, Playing Ducks at the deficit. Supremacy at match point. If they manage to win this next round, they will put themselves in the playoffs, having won 2 of the 3 maps in this series.
So let's head into the game here.
Wine Cellar's Snowmobile Garage is going to be the defense coming out from Playing Ducks.
Now, Playing Ducks, I believe, chose Wine Cellar to start off their defensive during round 1. So, looks like, I mean, it's not a big surprise they're going to go here. Again, it's not overtime just yet. So, they won the... Actually, no, they didn't go the bar and gaming room. So, they are still going to go back down here and see how this is going to unfold for them.
Yeah. We'll see exactly how it does.
by attackers.
As they start their setup here on this bomb site. Looks like Supremacy is going to go for that wine solo take. You can tell just by the drones, the way they're setting themselves up. You got 4 drones over by the north side of the building towards wine cellar. So we're going to see a huge spawn over on the fireplace and, sorry, the bonfire, and then we'll see everybody start to make their way into big garage, take that wine cellar, and then we'll also see likely the Blackbeard positioning himself up in the master yet again. We saw that from Supremacy last time. It didn't work for them.
10 seconds to search.
I believe, actually, no, yeah, it didn't work for them very well, but
5 seconds
you know, I'm sure that now Spark's going to be conscious of that trophy hallway run out towards the bathroom window. He's not going to get caught off guard by that again. Which means that we might have Supremacy actually successfully pull off this attack. However, we didn't really get to see the second phase of the attack because the Playing Ducks roam was so efficient. They cut off the Supremacy attack before it could even happen, really. Now, should have Supremacy's attack go through this time.
We've got Meepy and Lackey on the back stairs. Meepy just progressing slowly up. He doesn't necessarily need to stay inside a library. That's Renewals' job. Yeah. But he is going to be there to help collapse upon the attackers getting their way into the master bedroom.
This is such a heavy roam game right now. If Supremacy just pressure hard into the site immediately, then they will win this round. There's only 2 people on the bomb site. There are 3 roamers as of this current moment coming out from Playing Ducks. This is an example of, yes, if you just go, you will win the round immediately. Assuming you don't all die to one guy playing a mirror window as you like shove yourselves through a doorway. So they've got to deal with Snook, and then it's basically just Supremacy walking away with the win.
There it is. That's going to be the EMP out. Wall's going to get opened up, and you're most likely to see some smoke grenades or flashbangs get tossed in towards that middle closet. And we could see, like you said, a quick push here, but I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case. Spark is still up here looking for that rotation footage.
Yeah, given that, given the stakes of this match in this round, I don't think Supremacy is going to rush anything. It's just too risky when they could easily lock it out. Nice angle there from Meepy. We'll take out Poseidon.
Look at the 3 roamers here inside of the fireplace. They're all focused on Bibu. They're all focused on that dining hall. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like Bibu's going to walk out of this alive unless he falls down, because there are 3 members. Now some have rotated off, but you have at least 2 members here still inside a fireplace and bar.
Poseidon's got to be kicking himself right now for getting taken out so early. Spark, meanwhile, going to take out one of the roamers. That's going to be Renewals, evening out the scoreline. 50 seconds to go for this attack.
Lackey moves on over, calls out the Blackbeard on the balcony, going to open up the floor.
He could deny default from
Wonderful job there by default, or getting rid of default. Yeah, right, opening up the office floor, looking on down. Meepy actually did another rotation around. He's inside of the jacuzzi. He might be going on for a peek here onto the Blackbeard. He's looking closer to the right side. He now knows he's got a pre-fire to the left because Spark is here. 30 seconds left to go. Looks like Plant might be going down by Rafael. No, he's not. He's not going to be going down just yet. He got gassed out of there. We are going to see Bibu from above or from below able to get the shots there into Snook, and Meepy then takes out Spark. Another trade. Zephyr finishing off secretly as he's now in the connector. He dropped in. Another shot there. Looks like Lackey takes massive damage, but Meepy picks up 1 kill onto Rafael. Diffuser does get planted, and with Meepy last man alive at about 5 health, it's not likely he's going to come out of this, but he does tag Bibu down for the count. He's got 1 shot left to go onto Zephyr. If he can get this, we could see this clutch happen, and it looks like it might not be the case. He needs to get it right now. If not, Zephyr will come out on top, and Supremacy will take this win. He's going to go to hit the diffuser. He's going to hit it, and we're going to have Zephyr win this round here for Supremacy. They're going to go into the playoffs, win this series 5-3 over Playing Ducks. Wonderful job here on Chalet by Supremacy.
How disappointing for Meepy, getting a 4K in that final round and just 1 kill shy. His own mirror window foils the round for him. Nice attempt, Meepy. I have to say, nice attempt. I'm sorry you're not going to make it to the playoffs, though. Supremacy managed to push themselves forward, and it will be a double French victory in this playdate today.
Yep, that is Millennium winning out of the group stage, or winning out of the Group B stage,